everybody, I'm Zenith Warrior, and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts Final Mix stream. It's been a while since we actually had our last session of Kingdom Hearts, simply because moving, once again, like I said in my last stream, moving took a little bit of a toll, you know, trying to set everything up the way I wanted it to, but we're back. Last time we had Winnie the Pooh shenanigans. We were doing a lot of stuff with Winnie the Pooh. That's gonna be this, sorry. Last time was not Winnie the Pooh. Last time we were doing all the Trinities, 101 Dalmatians, all that stuff. This time is gonna be started off with our Pooh break, Winnie the Pooh. So, we're gonna actually have some fun. And then, I'm just gonna do some cleanup. Like, I have a lot of stuff to do. I can't say this word, synthesis-wise. I have a lot to do, and I have a lot to do with, like, the optional bosses, Hades Cup, stuff like that. I might take some time to level up, but this is gonna be kind of a casual stream, because, I'm not gonna go to End of the World just yet. I want to spend all my time leveling, getting things set up, getting ready for the optional bosses and the Hades Cup. There's a lot to do there, and I really want to make sure that everything is 100% completed in these streams. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Let's get into Final Mix. Yeah, we're gonna be good to go. By the way, joining me today as my co-host is Max Mao. How's it going, Max?
I live? How am I alive?
You're an undead being.
Maybe. You kept mentioning Pooh and the cleanup and everything, and then my mind was like, oh god, I could still make a joke right now, but I'm not going to.
I think everybody already has.
Probably.
By the way, for those who are watching the last stream, I did change things up slightly. I fixed the Twitch chat. The Twitch chat should be working now. Also, game volume should be working now as well, because I'm not actually capturing footage. It was a little bit taxing on my computer last time, and I found that nothing captured, aside from the stream, which is what I used for the YouTube video. So, we're changing things around slightly. Still looks good. Looks good to me. Let's see. Elgato, I'm gonna raise this a little bit. Alright. There we go. That should be good. So, let me just look over where we were. So, first things first, we had all the mini games completed, Vine Jump, Olympus Coliseum. And then, so now, the next thing we need to do for that is Winnie the Pooh. We do have all the Dalmatians set. That was last stream. We have all the Trinities. Check. I'm gonna check on the Trinities. So we had only gotten 12 out of 18, which makes sense, because some of these are the stones, which are hard. I hate the power stones. The sniper wilds can go do something else. I hate them. Thunder gem's not too bad. Frost stone's not bad. That's just an elixir. Lightning stone's not bad. And then Serenity Power is going to be the big one. I actually did a little bit of prep work last night, and I was working on getting Serenity Power and some of the other more difficult ones, and I figured out how to do it, but it's like a very specific way. It's not fun.
It never is when you're trying to grind to get all the stuff that you need.
Okay, so let's start off with our Winnie the Pooh break. Pooh break.
Let's hope it's not stinky. Alright, so while you've been away, have you been playing any normal games on your own time?
I have been playing some normal games. I played a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn. My only problem with that's taking me so long is that it's a hard game. It's not a bad game, like I really love it, but it just takes forever to get anywhere because of the nature of everything. So that's kind of been taking a little bit longer. So I switched then to Persona 5. I did my third playthrough. Still have not 100% of the game. I have 4 trophies that I'm still trying to get, and it's taken a while. It's taken a lot longer than I would have liked, but it's still fun. Like, I'm still having fun with Persona 5. Last thing I did was basically work on the Persona Compendium, and I have everything except for like some of the super rare Personas. I think my Compendium's at 95%. I haven't created Satanael yet. That's kind of next on my to-do list, I guess. But like I have a few things that I need to do in Persona 5. I'll probably stream that later, but I've played it 3 times in a row now, so I need a break. It's weird though, because it's one of those games. It's kind of like Kingdom Hearts in that I never get tired of it. I may need a break in between, but I never get tired of the game, and so like it's one of those that I just have such fun with. Sorry, I had to put up the chat. And I forgot to check my equipment. I should probably do that after we get out of this fight.
That might be a good idea.
But yeah, Persona 5 is one of those games I could just play for hours and just never get sick of. It's a lot of fun, and every single time I play, I do something different because like the way it's structured, like obviously, you know, trying to max all max all confidants is what I meant. Trying to max all confidants takes a while, and that's one playthrough, but then there's also the video games, like there's a trophy for playing all the video games. There's a trophy for doing, like, reading all the books, and like, so each playthrough I try to do something different, and then each playthrough I learn of like something new that I could have done to like raise my stats, and there's some interesting stuff in that game, some really interesting stuff, and that's what I like about it. It's like a lot like Kingdom Hearts, it has this element of choice that you don't see in a lot of games. Like a lot of games give you the illusion of choice, but nothing you do really matters. In Kingdom Hearts and in Persona 5, everything you do matters. Subtly, bigly, like there's a lot of stuff that comes back in a big way. And so I love messing around with that. I love really just trying new things. And I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna try for a level 1 proud mode run for Kingdom Hearts, but like as I've been playing through, I'm like, oh, I could have done this and I could have done that. Like some of the synthesis, like I don't remember making the crystal crowns before, but I'm like, oh, it raises so much. Oh yeah, see, I didn't even put on Omega Arts yet. But like as you get new equipment and synthesize new equipment, like there's some really cool stuff that you can play around with in Kingdom Hearts. Persona 5's a lot like that. Yeah. To me, it has this joy of discovery that not a lot of other games give you. So yeah, I did Persona 5, and then I went back to Kingdom Hearts. I did play the demo of Danganronpa V3 because my friend Linus, Ben Plant, he wants me to cover V3, and I'm like, well, I kind of have to finish Danganronpa 1 first, and like get through this other stuff. But he's like, you know what? I just want to talk to you about it. I'm gonna buy you the game. You play it now. I'm like, okay, thank you.
Well, that happened.
Yeah. he just sat me down. Like, I basically, he's the one who looks over the Danganronpa scripts, because not a lot of my friends like play Danganronpa. But he's the one who's been looking over and seeing like if they're like suitable and whatnot. And really, he's been a huge help in that. And then I've shown him the episodes before I posted them. And so as I was like, I'm 3/4 of the way through Danganronpa 1, and he's just like, you're probably not going to play V3 anytime soon. It's like, I would have played it sooner. I just wanted to keep certain games fresh in my mind, especially as I was going. But right now I'm in the middle of editing, so it doesn't even matter. So he's just like, you know what? Go right now. I want you to play it. I don't care. Just go play it now. I'll buy the game for you. So I'm extremely grateful to him. He's a huge friend of the show, and I'm really, really thankful for all of his help. That's not good for him. Let's see. Everything lowers his MP. Donald cannot have low MP. That's not good.
Yeah, no. Let's see. For me, right now, the only thing I've been playing really is I've been playing Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight, what's that?
Okay, Hollow Knight is a Metroidvania. Your character is basically a Hollow Knight. You have a shell for a mask. You wear robes, and your only weapon is a nail, which is basically their version of a sword. The area is basically like, remember how big Metroid was? Any of the Metroid games?
Metroid Prime are the only ones I've played in that series.
Okay, you remember how big and expansive those maps were?
Yeah.
And like all the hidden secrets, and power-ups, and everything like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like what this is. And it's got a little bit of elements of Dark Souls in it as well. So it's like when you die, you come back where you last saved, which is a bench, but you have to go back, find your soul, kill it to get all your money back and your soul crystal back to being full instead of half.
I've always wanted to give Demon Souls and Dark Souls another chance. I just haven't had a lot of free time. But in a future stream, I wouldn't mind delving back into Demon Souls so you can see me suck at it. I mean, I wouldn't mind that.
But as you play through the game of Hollow Knight, you find out that, okay, well, the king has gone mad. You have to go out and basically fight all these bosses, all these enemies, unique enemies, go to these unique areas, find all this equipment and other stuff. You don't find equipment's not really the right word. You find all these items.
Okay.
You get spells, but your big spells that you get, there's a light version and then there's a dark version you get later on in the game. So like the first spell ability you get is Soul Blast, and it's pretty powerful. It's a nice little spell. But later on in the game, you get Dark Soul Blast, which is just the upgraded version of it, and it does a lot more damage.
Dark Soul Blast.
Yeah.
Watch that be the new entry in the Dark Souls franchise.
But you get soul energy from every enemy you kill. And the nice thing is, in this game, you can auto-heal. You just have to use your focus ability to heal yourself. And each time you do it, you gain one mask tick, which is basically your HP. And you find like these blue orbs that once you kill the creatures that are inside, you get like two extra blue health, which gives you like 2 free hits. The game, I'm not gonna lie to you, is extremely hard, and it has a difficulty curve. It has a major difficulty curve.
See,
it's a lot.
At least there is a difficulty curve. One of my big problems with some games is that they don't. have that learning curve. Like, it just, they thrust you in, and then you're automatically a boss at it. If I have to say, like, my favorite part about, like, Kingdom Hearts and some of the JRPGs I play, it eases you into the mechanics, but as you go along, you can progressively make things harder and harder, and as you go, you learn, and you get better and better at it. So, I mean, that's my personal, like, thinking, but, like, I know a lot of people really love a challenge, and I've played some pretty challenging things. Like, I platinumed Shadow of the Colossus, and I will have to live stream that again, as I have that slated for review sometime in the future. But like, I get wanting a challenge from a game. My issue is that I think the challenge should be like ramped up. Like, there should be a certain progression so you can get used to that. But again, that's my personal preference. If you like Dark Souls and stuff like that, that's fine. I still need to give myself a second try at it, but
What do you mean?
it's just, it takes me a while to get into some things. Like, it took me forever to get into Shadow of the Colossus, because the first time I played it, I put it down because I was bad at it. I got to the first Colossus and I didn't know what to do, and this was back before I, like, started using strategy guides and stuff like that. And I was a kid, so I was just like, oh, I tried it out, I suck. We'll move on to the next game. And then later on, I just picked up the strategy guide, and I looked up, okay, what do I do? And I'm like, oh, that was actually when I wanted to start writing my own strategy guides, because I used to do walkthroughs on GameFAQs. You can actually find 10 of my walkthroughs on GameFAQs online, and that was kind of the precursor to me wanting to do Let's Plays and streams, and stuff like that. And I think it's fun to interact and show knowledge of games with fans, and I think GameFAQs is good in that regard. Like, no matter your skill level, you will always find something that you need help with, and I just enjoyed that part of writing strategy guides.
Okay. Well, another thing is with Hollow Knight, you also get badges. And yes, I know that meme is going in your head right now.
We don't need no stinking badges.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. But these badges also help your character. It helps with the character progression. There's one you get automatically. It allows you to see where you are on the map. There's one where when you kill an enemy, you get the geo, which is the game's currency. Where these fairies will go out and collect all the money and bring it to you. So you're not having to, like, try to jump into the spikes to get the money. Okay. There's some that give you extra hit points. There's some that changes all your hit points to the blue HPs, or the blue hit points. There's some that increase your speed. But there's also, with all these badges that are in this game, there's some that you can actually get that you can mix, and if you get a certain combination right, they do an extra ability. Like, if you put in Dash Master and Sprint Master, you're running like 4 times as fast as you normally would.
Interesting. So there's a huge element of, like, choice to this.
Yes, however, here's the thing you got to keep in mind. In the game, you have notches. Now, these notches are what allow you to equip said badges. You only have 3 or 4 in the start. As you progress through the game, you can get more notches, or you find parts to make a notch. Once you get to, there's some that take up 3 notches. There's some that take 4 notches for one badge.
Oh, okay. So it's a little bit like accessories in Kingdom Hearts, but a lot more restrictive in that regard.
Right. So it's a lot of basically item management. You gotta figure out, okay, what's gonna work perfect for the situation I'm going into.
Okay.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, you have a nail, which is basically your sword. There's a nailsmith you find a little bit later on. It's like, I think once you get to the 3rd or 4th area, depending on how you play, because you can actually sequence break and go anywhere in the game you want. You're just gonna die real fast, but you can essentially go anywhere you want.
So yeah, essentially Metroid in that regard.
Right. But the first the nailsmith will upgrade your nail for free the first time. Well, for a little bit of money the first time. But then, if you want to get it upgraded again, you need to get what's known as pale ore. And then it's like, once you get that, you have the money, you raise it up. Next time you wanted to upgrade it, you gotta get 2 pale ores. And then the last one, you need 3.
I have to take it to Pooh right away.
And trying to find said pale ores are not easy.
I'd imagine a lot of games these days have huge grinds to them.
Yeah, and you can actually find this one creature in the game that gives you basically a bestiary booklet. That where you go out when you kill a monster, kill one of these little bugs, it puts a note in your bestiary. But if you kill like a certain number, it gives you a little bit more notes about it.
I brought what you asked for.
And one of the things I like about this game is it gives you an ability that you automatically start off having, but you don't know until you try it. It's Pogo.
But how?
Pogo.
Okay, I'm guessing as a kid you had a pogo stick, correct?
Yeah. Well, my
Or at
sister
least-
had one.
Okay, so let's just say you come into a room, you see a ledge that's like at least 3 or 4 spaces away, but you can only jump 2 spaces.
Okay.
All right, but there's spikes in the ground. You know, if you touch the spikes, you die. You basically lose a hit and you start back where you started. So you jump. When you fall down, you slash your sword, pushing down. You pogo from the spikes and land on the ledge. And it works on enemies too.
So, Shovel Knight?
Yeah, I mean, this game is multiple. Like in a sense, it's multiple games in one, and the story is dark. It is. I think it's fantastic, and I love it. I mean, I haven't gotten into the DLC parts of it yet, but right now I am in. I'm in late game right now. I'm at a part where I'm in the Coliseum, and I've already done the first 2 trials. I'm having a hard time with the 3rd one right now. But there's like badges that if you die, they break.
Ooh.
There's only 3 of those badges that you have to buy, and if you want to get them repaired, you got to go back to the same guy and go and buy them again. Now later on, there's a lady that you feed them to. You give her Geo, and she'll turn them into regular badges. But it's not easy.
I can imagine.
Gotcha. I for one, like I said, I'm stuck on the 3rd round right now, and I'm debating of just leaving it right now and go around, grind up, and try to find some other things, and then come back to it. But the competitive meat is like, no, you can do this. You just gotta be patient, and yeah.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Like part of me when playing like really long platinums or really hard platinums is just like, part of me wants to like break it up in between, but another part of me is just like, no, you're gonna forget, you're not gonna come back to it. So it's like, do I stay? Do I continue to do it? Like Persona 5 and Kingdom Hearts have been the longest for me in that I've had to break them up multiple times. Because Kingdom Hearts, you have to beat the game like 3 times. Because, well, one thing that I haven't shown on the stream yet, there's the Unchanging Armor, where you beat the game with just the Kingdom Key and no accessories for anyone else. It's kind of like level 1 Proud Mode. It just, you can level up. It's just, your equipment does not change. And then there's the speed run. You have to beat the game in under 15 hours. I did that, but last time I only did it on beginner, so this time I'm actually gonna try from normal, and hopefully that'll work out. But like, I never actually attempted this with like on normal. And then there's like a few other things, like you have to trying to remember, because like there's a few other requirements, and it's just like they're all very interesting challenges, but like some of them take different playthroughs.
Yeah. Hollow Knight has the same thing, and it even has its own speedrun challenge. It actually has 2 speedrun challenges. And I'm just like, no. But another thing is too with this game, there's 3 nail knights you can go learn 3 skills from that help. And then there's like the dream nail that you get, where you can go into people's dreams and either see or hear what they're reading or saying or even thinking, or there's some that actually you have to defeat, like spirits, and get the soul energy. And there's one where I went where the moth was, which is the lady who gives you the ability. It took me like a couple tries to do this, because I had to go in. There's a first spirit that they're like, leave all these spirits alone. You leave them alone, I leave you alone. But you're not supposed to. You have to basically swing your dream sword, which takes a few seconds to charge up, kill each one, and get the powers. But at the same time, you have that first spirit coming up and trying to slash you, and she's doing like 2 to 3 hit points worth of damage to you each slice.
Damn.
And you have no time to heal. But it's okay, because once even if you die, you go back, get the spirit, kill your spirit, and then you can go back to doing what you're doing. But you also have to go around and search everywhere, in every area, for every little nook, cranny, for secrets, for bonus stuff, items. And the one thing is, in every shop, now you think, okay, I'll just go to the shop, sell this stuff I've got that I find, and I can get some geo. No. There is only one particular shop you go to sell all the relics you find. And everywhere else, you just go buy the stuff. And so like, crap. I gotta remember where he is. But it's like in the beginning, once you go into the first area, you find a guy that actually sells maps, and he gives you the first map of the area that you're in. Granted, you still have to discover everything else, but you need to buy a pen from his wife, so when you go sit at the bench, you automatically update the map. So it's kind of like, you gotta pay attention to where you are and make sure you get to a save point, because if you die, you're screwed. Now, here's something that is kind of like, if you die and you try and get back to your soul to kill it so you can get your money back and everything else. Let's say you had 2,500 geos saved up because you were trying to get that important item you needed to buy. Well, if you die again, kiss that money goodbye.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, all that money you spent, or all that time you spent grinding for that money is gone. So you've really got to pay attention.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna try to see. Kat was supposed to be in the stream, but she was exhausted, so I didn't know if she wanted to come in or not, so
Name's Tigger.
give me
Okay.
1 second.
You're fine.
That spells Tigger. Well now, I don't think I've ever seen you before.
Hello, Tigger. You've just bounced my new friend, Sora.
Hey, Pooh. Say, you're looking mighty uncomfy today. Is that some new exercise? Why, bouncing around is a lot more fun.
See. And of course, we just got bounced by
Why do you
Tigger
bounce around so much,
Of
Tigger?
course.
because he's Tigger.
Why? Because bouncing what Tiggers do best. Speaking of which,
But yeah,
my
I mean,
bouncing spot is gonna disappear.
I always would highly recommend somebody to
for
like
now,
watch a couple of videos of Hollow Knight, see if it's worth, if it's worth for them to get into. I personally enjoy it.
I'll have to check it out. There's quite a few games that I really do need to like take the time to check out. The biggest thing is there's a few things that I want to do because there's new games in the franchises coming out. Like the reason I even started replaying Kingdom Hearts was because Kingdom Hearts 3, and then the second I moved, I had to put it aside. But now it's just like, oh, Kingdom Hearts 3 released the new trailer, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, I saw that trailer, and I felt like a kid again, because that new trailer, especially the new opening theme, it got me right here.
Yeah, and that whole Riku thing has got everybody going, what is he talking about?
Then there's the whole Vanitas thing, and I'm like, I haven't played Birth by Sleep. I know I should. It's like, I kind of know since I've been spoiled over the years, but...
Isn't that on the in the collection packs you got for the Kingdom Hearts?
Oh yeah, it is. It's just that I haven't had the time to play it because I want to finish the other games first.
Ah.
So yeah. And hold on, that was Cat. What's up, Cat? Alright, she's gonna make food, and then she says she'll jump in and watch. But if she wants to come into the stream, she will be more than welcome, because she was one of the OGs who actually was involved in the stream early on.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, like Kingdom Hearts, I'm definitely need to get around to finishing it, and that's what I'm doing now. Like in my personal PS3 playthrough, I just got a lot done yesterday, like all last night, since you know it wasn't a work night. I was just like, okay, let's get stuff done. I'm already a month ahead in editing, so why not just get this all set? And then today I woke up and work's like, oh, by the way, there's a snowstorm, so you're not gonna have work. I'm like, okay, I might as well stream.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna like I'm not planning on actually like rough editing the next Danganronpa bits until tomorrow. I want to like give myself some free time, and I've been wanting to stream so much because it's been a long time. This is just a lot of fun, getting to talk to friends while playing games. So
Yeah. Actually, also right now too, I've been while I'm at work, because I work at basically a call center, and sometimes you don't get that many calls and you kind of get bored. So I'll read comics, but sometimes like I'll read manga, and I've been finishing a lot of series. I'm caught up on like I've caught up on Blue Exorcist, because they just got up to chapter 99 on that. I just started reading The Gamer, which I really love. It is a really good manga. Basically, it's like all the people in the world, or there's a certain select people that have abilities, and they fight and everything else, and the main character, well, he's a gamer.
Where am I?
So his abilities are basically gamer focused, so he can pull up a stat screen, he could pull up inventory screen. He can figure out what skills he wants to learn, and it'll actually tell him, "Oh, you can't learn this because you need to be at this stat point. You know, this many points in your stat." And there's like, it's like 200 chapters. I think.
What was the name of that again?
The Gamer.
The Gamer. Okay, because there's an anime called Gamers that I was forced to watch, and it wasn't very good.
I like the term you used, forced to watch.
Well, I'm a guest on a podcast called Dub Talk, and I was the host for that since I am a gamer. And I watched it, and unfortunately it wasn't very good. The anime I've been watching, I caught up completely to Ancient Magus Bride, and it is amazing. Oh my god.
Holy butternuts.
It is very good.
Sorry, I just looked outside and it's like snow. It looks like so much danger of his falling that there's actually almost 2 inches of snow outside my house, and we were only calling for us to get an inch.
Yeah, so when it hits us, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I might not be going to work tomorrow.
Yeah, as of right now, I do have work, but that could change, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, anime that I've been watching, Ancient Magus Bride is fantastic. I really can't wait for it to actually come out, so I can talk about it. I have been watching MMO Junkie was fantastic. I've been watching a lot of the ones that I'm gonna review coming up. Like we're watching Baccano now, but I've seen that before. I saw Blood Blockade Battlefront. I really like it. There's a lot of really good anime and manga that I've been doing, but also I just picked up One Punch Man and Yuri on Ice, and so like I definitely want to review Yuri this year. And
I love One Punch Man.
One Punch is amazing.
Yes. You know, the second season of the show is coming out soon.
Eventually, and I'm just kind of like, I might as well wait for the second season to post before I review the first season. At this point, just to cash in on the hype, I guess. At this point, I mean, like, I don't generally try to do that because I prefer to talk about series that I love, regardless. But I think that would be the best time to release it. I mean, I had a lot of fun with my Assassination Classroom review, and that's still like an older show, but that did really well.
Yeah, I need to go back into watching that because I know the new season that's coming out soon.
Wait, new Assassination Classroom?
From what I've been seeing, yeah, there's supposed to be like another season or something coming out about it.
But season 2 already aired, and that was when they finished up their goal. Like, I mean, I know they have Koro Sensei Quest, but that's a spin-off.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they were doing. Because I know, what was it? We have season 3 of My Hero Academia coming out, and RE Ghoul, or Tokyo Ghoul, season 3 coming out
and
this
year.
year.
We also have Food Wars season 4, I believe.
Yeah, I need to get into that.
Food Wars is amazing. If in case anyone didn't see the review, like I did this whole big thing on it. It's really, really good. And there are some problems with not enough characters getting screen time in season 1. That's fixed in season 2. And then season 3 is just amazing. Like, season 3 is just the best.
Yeah, and like I wish they did more episodes of Toriko, because I loved that series. I mean, and I even went back and reread the manga, and the manga kept going after the show ended. So I was like, you guys could have kept going.
The problem was the audience wasn't there. Like, I understand why, because I was talking to a bunch of Funimation industry people, and unfortunately, like, there's just a lot of people who aren't into food manga for whatever reason. Like,
yeah, I know it's not that big and popular.
It's unfortunate, but it's just like there's some really good ones out there. I hear Restaurant Paradiso is really good. I hear Bento is actually pretty good, but that's the only one that's actually gotten popular in the West, mostly because it's a battle manga. I read a lot of Toriko, and I loved it. The Century Soup arc is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those that I think, unfortunately, Fairy Tail overshadowed it, but Fairy Tail was worse.
Yeah, I've tried multiple times to try to get into Fairy Tail, and I just couldn't do it.
There's too much fan service, and that's a big problem. It's like, I don't mind it if it's not too overused and if it's used to benefit the show, but in in Fairy Tail, the fan service is just randomly there. It doesn't fit. And, like, otherwise, it's a really good show, so it's like, I don't want to knock it just for that, because there's a lot of really good points to Fairy Tail, and I love a lot of the fights. I read the manga up until the time skip, and I hated that. I stopped reading at that point because this was like the first time I ever stopped reading a manga because something happened that I hated. It looked like everyone got killed off, and then there was a time skip, and then they got brought back.
It's like
horribly done time skip.
Yeah, I don't mind fan service, even if it's really randomly put in, as long as the story is good and the drawing or the artwork is good. Like High School of the Dead. That, I mean, let's be honest, it's a zombie smut manga / anime. Let's be honest with it.
Yeah.
But it's done so well that you could actually, it's understandably why it's there. You're in a post-apocalyptic area. What else is there to do? There's going to be guys that are going to try to get women and do whatever to them, to try to repopulate, basically. The strong will survive, the weak shall perish, blah, blah, blah.
And that is understandable. I mean, I have heard very good things. I know you've told me very good things about High School of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's on my, like, things to watch list after I finish High School DxD.
Yeah, the season 4 that's coming out now. I saw the artwork for it, and I'm like, yeah, about that.
See, High School DxD is weird, because I only watched it because my friend Spaceman Hardy made a bet with us about, like, basically, if I watched it, they would watch something else. So I ended up watching the first season, and while it is very fan service heavy, the story is legitimately really good.
Oh yeah.
It's not fantastic, but like the way I put it, it's like if Rosario Vampire was in manga form, because the Rosario Vampire manga is fantastic. It's just, it was butchered in anime. This High School DxD is like, they wanted to keep the fan service elements of it, but they also wanted to tell that good story, and you get a pretty good middle ground. Like, it's still trash, but it's great trash.
Yeah, but like I was saying, like the first 3 seasons of the actual anime is fine. I love the art style. The art style is great. But then when you get to the 4th season and you're seeing the artwork, you're like, wait, why are we going with the Tails animation style?
I don't know. I mean, I know it got the 4th season, so I'm gonna check it out. Like I said, I've only seen the 1st season, and I like that.
Yeah.
But, like, I still need to finish watching that. It's on my list. I've actually been watching a lot with Kat lately because, like, otherwise I would never get anything done. So on the weekends, we've taken to watch anime. You know, splitting it up between the stuff that I'm going to review, so I can get a second opinion, and then the stuff that I'm, you know, just watching for fun. And, like, I think the last one I showed her from my list was Fooly Cooly, which...
I love that one.
It's great, but it's also very confusing, and, like, I think it does have its own problems. It's still a lot of fun, but it's just, like, I kind of understand where she's coming from when she was so confused and she was so put off by the weirdness. It's definitely not something to watch for your first anime.
Well, I will agree with you on that. That being like your first anime that you should watch. I mean, in all honesty, my first anime was if memory serves, my first anime I actually watched was Astro Boy when I was a little kid. But then I kind of got reintroduced to it a little later on when I was watching there was like this mech anime where like this guy piloted a ship, went into the head the mech.
Gurren Lagann?
No, not Gurren Lagann. No. I'm talking about when I was a kid. It starts with an M. It's something Megazord Z or something like that.
Mazinger Z.
That's it. I watched that one, and I also watched Kuba, the White Lion. Kimba, yeah. Sorry, it's been a long time since I've watched these, so I don't really remember a lot of the names.
It's okay, I understand. My first anime, like, before I knew what anime was, like, I got started watching Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Digimon, the stuff on Jetix, so, like, Pokemon, Digimon.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I started watching Full Metal Alchemist and Yu Yu Hakusho that I knew what anime was, and that was my introduction. So I lean more towards shonen, but I love seinen anime because Full Metal Alchemist is basically a seinen anime for shonen audience.
Yeah.
And Yu Yu Hakusho is a much more adult take on the shonen genre. But then again, it's by the guy who made Hunter x Hunter, and from what I hear, Hunter x Hunter is like perfect.
I have a hard time with that one. I have a hard time trying to get into it. I keep trying because I like what I've seen of it. I like some of the clips, and I'm like, okay, I need to get into this, but I'm having a hard time getting into it. But my first like real big thing going back into anime was really, in all honesty, Vampire Hunter D.
Never seen that one. But then again, there's a lot of different vampire ones out there. Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Rodolphus, thanks for hosting the stream.
It's an old one. It was one of mine and Juwario's favorites. When even what was it? Trying to remember his name, and I can't think of his name because my head's going blank right now. Anyway, there was the one guy that does the anime review.
Bennett?
Yeah, Bennett hated it. I'm like, why? Why you gotta hate on something that's beautiful and grand? I mean, it wasn't because I was looking at it as nostalgic goggles. It was mostly because of the fact I love the story. I love the art style. I love what they were doing with the story.
How's it going, Rodolphus?
Even the sequel that came out in the 2000s was just as good.
Yeah, there's a lot of anime that I need to get around to watching, but like I said, I've been working my way through. I've shown Kat a lot of my favorite anime. I showed her Afro Samurai.
Oh, I've seen that.
Again, because that's, we're going to be reviewing that. And she's going to be cameoing in that because, fun fact, the voice actor for Max Goof plays Sasuke in Afro Samurai.
Ah.
So I saw that when I was looking up the voice actors, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta have this in here because we do the Disney debate. It would be perfect. And so I'm gonna have her cameo.
Okay, well here's a little fun information because you brought up Afro Samurai. Because of the fact it was basically made straight for Spike TV originally, did you know that now Spike TV is no longer exists and it is now called Paramount Productions or Paramount TV?
I did not know that.
Yeah, Spike is no longer available there anymore, and it is now the Spike channel is now Paramount TV.
Interesting. I mean, I remember watching the Spike Video Game Awards once, but I never really was a big Spike TV person, so I can understand why it's like kind of defunct now.
Yeah, I liked watching Spike. The only reason why I watched Spike back when it first started was watching MXC and like a couple other shows here and there that they had. Other than that, I just kind of like left Spike alone. I mean, I was great watching Star Trek DS9 because it was actually my favorite Star Trek. But other than that, I was like, okay, well, there's nothing really on here I want to watch.
I never really got into Star Trek. I was all into Star Wars as a kid.
At work, I was like, wait a minute.
Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, Star Wars has had some ups and downs. I was one of the unfortunate victims of the prequels, in which I was at the right age to like them growing up. So I do still love the first 2 prequels. I think the third one is very bad, but like I still grew up with them, and I kind of have a soft spot for them. I do acknowledge the problems, but like, yeah, I'm a Star Wars fan. I loved The Last Jedi, despite its problems. I do admit it has a lot of problems, but I still love it, and I love The Force Awakens. So,
Okay, now I too love Star Wars. I grew up just watching the ones on VHS, the original trilogy. With that being said, I did also watch the prequels, but I watched them in theaters. Now, a lot of people hate on all 3, and everybody has their own take on it. And to be quite honest, the first one, while it is sluggish, does have its own reasons for being there, such as, giving everybody the backstory of Anakin when he was a kid, how he became. Okay, well, that's fine. The second one, oh god, I couldn't stand it. I understand what they were trying to do. If they got rid of the love storyline out of it, just kept the action part of it, I was okay with it.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing. The action was fantastic, I thought, and it was less choreographed than the first one, so it was more enjoyable. And another thing that I think the prequel films did great was space battles.
Yes, the space battles were great, but like I said, that love storyline and Anakin killing the Senjawas was just, it felt forced.
Yeah,
and I was just like, oh,
that in the sand.
Sand gets everywhere.
Coarse and rough. I hate it. No, but yeah, like, I really didn't like that part of the prequel, and I understand that. Like, the forced romance was what really killed it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of other things that really did work, and it's just unfortunate that the third one took all the stuff that didn't work, and just, yeah.
Well, now, to be fair, I actually enjoyed the third one. I liked the mostly because of the fact we finally get pacing going in the story. We finally see what's going on. And we actually finally see, okay, here's how Anakin lost the other arm, his feet, or his legs, I should say. Why he went totally evil. Why he did some of the things.
Except for the fact that he just did it on the drop of a hat. Him killing younglings. Like, here's the thing. I like the idea of him going to Mace Windu. I like that fight. I like the idea of him being swayed to the dark side. But the problem is the editing. Cut immediately from him being swayed to killing younglings.
Yeah, the editing, I will admit, was pretty botchy.
Yeah.
But it's just, but still, overall, to me, I still think it was a good movie. And now with all these other movies that are out, all the other Star Wars movies, there's now almost a cohesive storyline that's going on. Granted, it's the Star Wars, it's the Skywalker lineage storyline, but it's still almost a cohesive storyline. Now, if you want to go with just Star Wars in general, there is a decent storyline going on, especially when you add Rogue One into the mix.
I only saw half of Rogue One. I need to finish it. I have some problems with Rogue One, but the thing is, the new trilogy actually has a legitimate story going on that's constantly going on, and I do like that it's like back to back, like it's continuously happening. And I loved the bold direction of having the entire film be set in one chase scene. It is one chase. With that said, they should have cut the casino scene because that takes away from the chase.
Yeah. With that being stated, okay, I have to agree to disagree with you on this. If you're going from between the first one and the second movie, if you look at the first one, Force Awakens, they mention a special order and the Knights of Ren, and then when you get to the second one, they never mention them again. It's like Kylo was never a part of them. And you're like, what happened to this group? I wanted to know what happened to this group. You got me invested in them, You got mysteries going on. I want to know more. I
want to know a lot more. I want to know what the hell Snoke's deal was and all that other stuff.
Yeah, what happened with Snoke? That kind of like.
But then again,
okay.
there are two things about this. One, it's bad storytelling to not give any info about the villain. But so did the original films.
True, but Snoke was easily killed off.
Or was he? Because here's the thing. We see him cut in half, but we have seen before that he's cunning. I'm wondering if this was just a ruse or if this was a clone or something like that. Because, like, they do a good job in the prequels of showing that, like, oh, I just got a trophy, yay. Minigame maniac. That's basically completing all the minigames in the game.
Woo!
So that's added to the journal. I got another Mickey, and that means I'm closer to the 100%. So we actually did something in this stream.
Yay!
Hooray!
Break out the mead! Break out the mead! Oh, sorry.
So yeah, mini games, Trinities, Dalmatians. We still have a lot more to go.
Yeah, but it's like there were so many weird things that was going on with the last one, especially a lot with the Luke scenes.
Here, I love the Luke scenes. Him brushing off his shoulder is the best thing ever. Okay.
Yeah. Now, admittedly, that was cool, but it's like getting the green milk.
Well, it's an alien civilization. We've seen stranger things in Star Wars in terms of food. I don't understand people like not liking the green milk. It's an alien society. We've seen in not just the prequels, in the other films in general, we've seen firsthand just what exactly like the types of food and stuff that they have in the civilization are very weird, and I don't really understand the hate towards that.
It's not really, well, for me, it's not really a hate. It's more like, okay.
Well, yeah, it's a random thing. It's an alien civilization. We're not meant to really fully understand it. I loved that. I agree, Rodolphus. I loved that he was bitter and jaded and an old man. Yeah. And like, I love the development with Luke, and I thought his turn to almost becoming part of the dark side, I thought was great, because like that makes perfect sense to his character, because he was never perfect. Because he was always someone who never completed his training. He was hot-headed, and he's a lot like Kylo Ren in that way, and you can easily take it to mean that he could have easily grown up to be Darth Vader or one of the villains, and we saw that in the original films.
Yeah, and speaking of that, here's the thing that I kind of wish, since Disney now owns Star Wars, I wish they kind of kept the expanded universe, because then that would have given them so much more stuff to work with. For example, like you just mentioned, Luke going to the dark side. Well, he did in the books. He went to the dark side, learned everything he could about the dark side, went back to being basically a gray Jedi, which is what he stayed as. He used both powers of both the light and the dark.
It seems like that's what they're trying to do with Kylo Ren and why can't I remember his name? You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. And then there's, what was it? Now we got this Han Solo movie that's getting ready to come out.
I don't like the look of it, if only because he doesn't look like Han Solo.
But you gotta remember, he's supposed to be a kid or a teenager, and they're actually doing something right by following the same procedures that happened in the book, because he did join the Imperial Army. He was an Imperial pilot. He did meet Lando when he was younger, and basically beat him in the run.
It could be good. I need to watch it personally. I also really need to. I just need to take a look at some of the more expanded stuff, because it seems like they're taking notes from the expanded universe.
Yeah, I've noticed that they're taking notes from it, and they're picking and choosing what they want to use.
Like, the Gray Jedi concept seems to be there. Like, it seems like there's a lot of stuff here and there. The Force projections I thought was interesting, and like the Snoke and all this other stuff, but I think there needs to be more expanded universe, or needs to be more behind the scenes, and I guess that's what they were trying to do with Rogue One. The problem is I haven't seen all of it, so I can't comment enough on it.
Well, Rogue One is supposed to be an in-between storyline between basically the end of the third movie, basically going into the episode 4, but it's going into it basically going, oh, okay, well, here's how they got the plans.
Which I like. I also like that they explain the weakness of the Death Star.
Yeah.
But then again, I've only seen the first half of the movie. And my biggest problem is I don't like any of the characters. I don't like these characters. I don't know why, but it just, they all seem like they're being dicks and self-centered.
That's the point. You're not supposed to like the characters. You're supposed to understand why they do it, but you're not supposed to really kind of root for them because you already know what their fate's going to be.
I like the blind guy, though. The blind guy was awesome. I won with the Force. The Force is with me.
Oh, yeah. He was actually by far my favorite character. I was half expecting him to go, and now I'm a Jedi.
He should have been a Jedi.
Hey, Pooh.
But
Yeah,
then again, like, he had the Force, so, like, that made sense. Speaking of which, I like that the end of the Last Jedi, that they showcased another kid who's possibly gonna be, like, a new setup the Force.
Sora, where are you going?
If there is one really big problem with The Last Jedi, though, is, like, it
gonna
is
go look
very
for my
emotionally
friends.
draining.
They're
It's a
waiting for
very
me.
sad film. Like, everyone keeps
back again.
dying, and I'm like, give us some hope, man.
Well, you got to remember, the original second movie from the original trilogy was the same way. There was a lot of dying, because if you remember, Han died, technically. He was frozen in carbonite, but still technically died.
But it's different than almost the entire Resistance getting murdered.
Yeah, that is true. But I mean, it's like it was supposed to be just as dark as the second movie.
Sora,
And I like that.
Don't
I like that
forget,
it goes there, and I think we needed something like that. I think there was a lot good in it. It's just, I do have a lot of problems with The Last Jedi. I think The Force Awakens was a much better balance, in my opinion, of old versus new. And I know people complain, oh, it's the same movie as A New Hope, and people complain, oh, this is the same movie as Empire Strikes Back with Jedi. I think it does enough different in both of these films to classify as something new, and I don't really care. People who are growing up might not know these stories, so, like, it's just, tell a good story, and I think they did that with The Force Awakens. They did it mostly with The Last Jedi, even though I have several big problems, but it's like, I'm still a huge Star Wars fan. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to boycott it because I'm really glad these movies made money.
Yeah, because they already said after they finish this movie that the main Star Wars, they're done making Star Wars of that timeline. They're actually, if they're going to do any other Star Wars, they're going to be either side stories or a new storyline. Because this one's been the longest.
It's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
They basically just want to finish it up with one final trilogy and then go forward.
Yeah, which is what they want to do.
Don't mind me, I'm just looking up trophies that I need to get.
Oh, you're fine.
Alright, so let's see. I sealed the keyhole in 100 Acre Wood, so that's done. Jiminy journal entry is gonna wait. Story, Ansem reports, character. That's all like later on. Synthesis. Let me go back to Olympus Coliseum. I'm gonna try to do some more of the tournament stuff now that I'm a little bit higher level. And I probably won't get far, but as soon as I do, then I'll start grinding for synthesis items.
Yeah, so you can get that ultimate Keyblade, because that's going to help you so much.
It's not just the Keyblade, though. What really, really helps is all the accessories. In my personal playthrough on PS3, like the Crystal Crown and like all these other accessories are really big helps later on. But first, I need to head back to Hollow Bastion because I didn't upgrade my cure spell.
Yeah, that cure spell really helps a lot too.
Yeah. Alright, so I have a couple summon gems. Ooh, Bambi. Okay. And Lord Fortune for Donald. Let me check on Donald. Because I don't remember if he got the, No, I didn't get it yet. Let's see. So Lord Fortune is currently the top one for him. But in my PS3 playthrough, I had the good fortune to have the Wizard's Relic drop from the Wizards, which is his best staff, but it's a random drop, so...
Yeah, when I was playing Kingdom Hearts originally on the PS2, I went for all attack on both my other characters, and I realized it wasn't until I started playing the PS3 version I was like, you know, maybe I should do what their strengths are and let me just be the main focus of attack.
Yeah.
Let Goofy be the tank. Let Donald be the mage.
I try to give Goofy the most strength and defense. If it's HP, he usually has higher HP, but it's just like Donald's MP, Goofy's defense. Like that's what I usually prioritize when it comes to them, because you can give them anything, any equipment, and still have them be kind of useless. But if you balance that out a little bit, it'll help you.
Yeah. What was it? Because in all honesty, as much as I love the first one, to me the second one is still the best.
Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 2 is still the best.
I have issues with Kingdom Hearts 2. I love it to death. I definitely agree it's a superior game. Except for a couple things. One, I think the level design is far too broad and there's not enough secrets. There's so many secrets that you can find in Kingdom Hearts 1. Not just about chests, but in trinities and like all this hidden stuff. And granted, they fixed that in Final Mix a little bit with adding more fights in and stuff like that. But I still think Kingdom Hearts 1 had better design in terms of like, okay, here's all this hidden stuff. Go out and find it. But my other biggest problem is that the Olympus Coliseum was so much better in the original game. I don't like the underground Coliseum. Granted, I didn't do all the underground stuff. Hello, kitty. You want to be part of the stream again? Hey, that's my arm. Okay.
Well, I got one of my kitties laying on the bed, you know, kind of laying there. The other two are probably running around chasing each other.
I disagree with you, Rodolphus. I'm gonna say something controversial here. I love the prologue to Kingdom Hearts 2. I think it's perfectly paced and perfectly done because it's supposed to be different. If you played Chain of Memories beforehand, and if you played 358 over 2 days, like it makes perfect sense why they did it. But even still, it's supposed to put you in the mindset of a player of the game. Like, we haven't played as Sora for this long in a main game, and it's just like, this is a return to form. They wanted to make it a big event. They wanted you to make they basically pulled a Metal Gear Solid 2, where they wanted you to think that somebody else was the main hero, and then they pulled the rug out of your eyes. But it means so much because you're put in the shoes of a new person who is destined to die. Like, Roxas' story is so incredibly crazy. So it's just like, it makes sense if you play the games, like all of them in the order that they were designed. And I played Chain of Memories and 358 over 2 days, so I understood it more. I just, even without that, like, I still had fun. I still understood it. I don't think it's quite as bad as everyone's making it out to be.
I liked Roxas. I thought he was a very interesting character.
Yeah, I thought Roxas was a great character. We're getting some internet issues. Not too many drop frames, but I think there's a spike because the storm's coming. But you know, we'll play it by ear. It wasn't a big spike. I'll just blame my cat for disrupting the stream.
Oh yeah, blame the kitty.
Hey, you're not supposed to bite that. Hey, no, that's mine. It's a charge cord. You're not supposed to bite it. Do I have to kick you out of the room again?
Hey, my kitten Tabitha does the same thing. She'll go after cords all the time.
Granted, she's good about like not destroying them. She just like kind of play bites them, like she does with people, which is kind of funny.
Oh, she does love nips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tabitha is our youngest one that we got. She is a ragdoll Himalayan. And I know you're friends with my wife on Facebook, and I don't know if you've seen the pictures or not. But we can't leave certain toys on the floor because like she likes to wrap herself up in the cord. But apparently, one day she broke one of the fish off the cord and just was playing with it, and now it's like a string. It's frayed and torn, so now we just use it for the eldest.
You are just a rambunctious little kitten, aren't you? Don't look at me like that. You know you are. Alright, so I'm going to start the Hades Cup because we don't have enough levels to do the time trial for the Hercules Cup yet. But yeah, we're going to enter the 49th seed. We're going to get some stuff here because the Hades Cup is actually really good at giving you stuff.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to take my cat out of the room because she's going to get in trouble right now. Give me 1 second, guys. Talk amongst yourselves.
Wow, 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 wow.
Kitty. Say hi.
She's like, meow. All right. Sorry about that, guys. And no, I'm not going to cut that out of the YouTube version. I think it's funny every single time, and cats get more views, as we all know. Oh, yes.
Staring it up, thinking how to knock it down. Yeah, my kit does that too. She'll look at it, and I'll look at her, and she'll stop. Because she knows that I'm watching. And then when I'm not looking, or if I like, she thinks she can get away with it, she gets closer, then I'll point at her, I'll be like, no. She'll leave for a second, and then she'll try to put one over on me again. Like, when she gets in those moods, you just gotta leave her out of the room for a minute.
So, and like Tabitha, she will come to the door and meow to wake us up, to let her in the bedroom so she can get her love and attention, run around, and just keep meowing, because she does not like doors being closed.
My cat's good in that she only meows when I'm getting her food. Like, not when she wants food, but when I'm getting it, saying that, oh, hey, thank you. But, like, she is generally a quiet cat, but she has two modes. She had, oh, hey, cat, how's it going? If you want to jump in the stream, feel free.
Yeah, because I'm going to have to jump off here soon. Because I got to get, I might have to go to work tomorrow, and I realized that I made a food bar because I forgot my laptop at work, and I might not be able to work. I didn't realize it was gonna snow like it is.
Yeah, it's apparently it's coming down crazy. Hello?
Hello? Anybody else here?
Thought I heard something.
Well, this could be my folks.
Ah, yeah, that was it. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, my cat has 2 modes: attack everything. Oh yeah, I can't stream now eating. Well, when you're done eating, I'm gonna be streaming for quite a while. But yeah, my cat has 2 modes. She's basically attack everything in sight and then cuddle.
Yeah, Tabby is getting to the point where she likes to cuddle, but it's only on like her terms, but she likes to play a lot. Jubilee, she'll cuddle a little bit, but she just likes sleeping, but she likes getting loving. Trinity, on the other hand, Trinity just likes getting pet, but if you've got food, like if you've got like bacon or sweets, oh, you better give it to her, because she will meow at you until you get it to her. And it's like, if it's time for her Yum Yums, which is like her canned food, you better be getting ready to give it to her, because she will pester you until you do.
Yeah, my cat is very good about that. Like, she doesn't beg for food. She doesn't, like, misbehave very often. It just she likes attacking me at certain times when she wants attention, and she knows how to get my attention by going to something else in the room and batting at it or something like that. She's like, I want you. I want you. Stop paying attention to your work. Stop editing. I want you. So we just got the Genji shield, which is a better shield for Goofy, so I'm gonna equip that to him as soon as I lose. Because I'm probably not gonna get too far in this playthrough, because my personal playthrough, I was like level 56 when I got beaten up by Leon and Cloud. Because that's, unfortunately, without the proper equipment, fighting both of them together is very hard. But yeah, what I'm probably going to end up doing is, like, I might fall to Cerberus. Cerberus isn't that bad, but his attacks are, like, out of nowhere sometimes, and he can easily one-shot you if you're not careful.
Oh yeah. I remember even when I played it like the first time, and I just redo the first cup just so I can get better at him, because he was like so difficult to figure up.
Nothing to it.
He's one of those that, like, there are things that you can do to help, like, in general, like when he's walking around shooting fireballs, I go in front of his face and I reflect them back at him just by attacking, and that's good tech points too.
Yeah.
But it also puts you in the line of fire, so you gotta make sure that you have good defense.
Yeah, see, that's something a lot of people don't mention in their like Let's Plays or video walkthroughs, is that they never mention, oh, if you get tech points, it's a quick, easy way to get experience points. They skip over that sometimes.
Well, it's only in Final Mix that they were introduced.
No, they were in the original.
They were? Because I don't remember them, but it's been a while since I played the original version, but like tech points, they stack up. If you do the time trials at the Coliseum, you get extra tech boosts, and you also get tech boosts for something else. So, like right now, like I get like 90 to 100 tech points per. Like, that adds up, and like I've done so many levels just from tech points. And then you get a lot of tech points from the extra Heartless that we're going to be facing in this walkthrough right now.
Yeah, it used to be in the original Kingdom Hearts, the vanilla Kingdom Hearts, I should say. When you got tech points, they were double the experience points. So it made it a lot easier to grind up the levels that you wanted to get to what you needed to. So like if you wanted to get to, like, let's just say you wanted to get a high enough level to at least get scan, which is mostly what I do when I play my game. I immediately go, at least stop until I get to scan. Once I get scan, I just go on. Once I did that, I'm good to go, and I just go through the game like normal.
That's what I do, because it's very easy to grind that far, and once you have scan, like, you're pretty leveled enough to where, like, nothing can really harm you too bad.
Yeah, because having scan actually really helps you out in the game.
It lets you know, okay, do I go for this next hit? Is it going to be worth it? Because if I get hit again, I could be dead next. But if he's very close, you know, that also helps, because you're just like, well, I can get in a couple final hits, and then it won't matter that I get hit, you know?
Yeah, because then at least with, like I said, with scan, you like, oh, well, he's almost dead. Okay, let's kill him. Let's do fireball or whatever. I just wish in the game where you have scan, it actually tells you, oh, well, this guy's weak to this, just to make it a little easier.
Yeah, I do kind of wish they had that, although, like, some of it is obvious, like with the operas and the nocturnes and stuff like that. Like, obviously, the weakness is the opposite of their element.
Yeah.
But then, like, there's some special Heartless, like Grand Ghost, which unless I looked it up, I would never have realized that I had to give him an item to kill him. Because you have to feed him elixirs to get items, and in order to get the Frost Stones, basically you feed him high potions and elixirs, and that takes off half his health. So you can get 2 Frost Stones very easily, but then, like, no one tells you this.
Yeah, it's like you need to get all these special items, but you have to, like, look it up or trial and error to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, the worst ones are Sniper Wilds, because, like, you have to hide, and they can't see you. If they see you, you're not getting the item.
Yeah.
Some of these special Heartless are easy. Some of them just are annoying.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are like that.
Well, I like most of them. I think the Mithril Stone one is pretty cool, because, like, you can actually get a Mithril Stone without even fighting it with tech points. So it's like, okay, like, that makes sense. And then, like, there's other stuff that you can do to get more items. Like, the Chimera is probably my favorite one in Halloween Town, because basically all you have to do is reflect the glowing lights back at him, and the higher tech points boost you have a chance of getting another blazing stone. Granted, you could get one normally by defeating him, but, like, you get tech points and you level up really fast while fighting him anyway, so it's like, it's a win-win.
Yeah. So, now, have you've seen Black Panther, have you?
Yes, I love Black Panther. Black Panther was fantastic, and I think it was a really, really... it's a great film, but also, like, the message it sends, the fact that the villain is so sympathetic, like, there's so many good things about it.
Yeah, I agree. I loved it. My wife loved it. We saw it opening weekend, and we were like, okay, we're gonna have to buy this movie when it comes out and put it with the collection, along with the other Marvel movies that we kind of want to own.
I have all of Phase 1 in the super special box set that comes with a Tesseract, the Cosmic Cube, or whatever you want to call it, but I haven't opened it yet, and because... The thing is, I'm going to be covering all of Phase 1 after I finish the Fast and Furious marathon. It's just, the problem is that I'm waiting to do Fast 4. The reason why I haven't done Fast 4 since, like, August, when the last one was, is because Fast 4 is the worst film ever.
Yeah.
And so I just trying to get up, like, the will to do it. It's just, I don't want to watch it. I've had to watch it once more since then, just to keep it fresh in my mind and all this other stuff. And yeah, I still think it sucks. So I've seen it twice. I started watching the developers' commentary and I couldn't get through it yet. But it's slated for after the Danganronpa marathon. But it's just like I don't like this movie. And that's the only thing that's been stalling that. But as soon as I get back to the Fast and the Furious marathon, the rest of the films will be easier, and then I can actually get to good stuff like the Marvel films.
Well, if you want me to help you with the Marvel ones, because I've watched basically all of like the first phase, I would be more than glad and happy to help you. I have no problem with that, because I love just about all of them, except there's like a few of the movies I didn't really care for, which is like the third Iron Man movie. I was like,
I don't think many people liked it. I liked what it was doing, but I understand the hate because it wasn't really the Mandarin, and yeah, like the Extremis stuff was kind of stupid. I liked the arc that Tony went through, but like I do understand.
Yeah, and it's just the whole like, oh well, spoilers for those who haven't seen it. Oh, we're at the end of the movie. You're like, oh, we're just gonna go ahead and remove the the reactor from him and get their heart shrapnels out. But
it's that easy? Like you could have done that before.
Yeah, and even in the comics, they mentioned that can't be done because if they do it, it's gonna kill him.
Yeah, like that's the whole point.
Yeah, so
yes, Kat. Iron Man 3 never happened.
Yeah.
we stick fast to this when we we're gonna have to cover them in the Disney debate separately from Zen movies because they're technically Disney movies now.
Yeah, technically yes.
And when we get to them, there's two things that Kat is adamant on. Pirates of the Caribbean 1 is the only Pirates film, and Iron Man 3 never happened.
No, to be fair, I love the Pirates of the Caribbean 1. 2 was not bad.
2
in my
wasn't
opinion.
bad. It ended up 3 retroactively made it worse because if it didn't end on that cliffhanger, leading up to a fantastic a conclusion that was supposed to be good, then we wouldn't have the problems.
Yeah, and then they come up with this new one that's coming out where we're bringing back Will Turner.
Why? What is the purpose? Don't take away their happy ending.
Oh no! They're making it better because they figured out a way to break the curse. I'm like
the thing is, I liked the new one, Pirates 5, because it undid everything about Pirates 3, and 4 is just forgettable.
Yeah.
But then there was the secret ending, where initially I was okay with it, but then thinking back on it, no.
Yeah, so I'm just like, and supposedly now, speaking of which of movies, supposedly now Arnold Schwarzenegger wants to do another Terminator movie.
I liked Genesis though. Like, I don't get why everyone hates on it. I mean, I get that Schwarzenegger is very old now.
Well, that was the point. Genesis.
They need to give it a new coat of paint, I think.
Well, I think that was the point of doing Genesis, because Genesis was supposed to be technically a reboot, or rebooting the whole series, because of the fact they go all the way back to basically Terminator 1 and retell the story, but in a different way, because of all the, basically time paradoxes. I mean, you got so much time paradox going on.
That's
there's going to be
a story device, though. Like, you can't get around the paradoxes at this point because of Terminator 2 and Terminator 3. If Terminator 3 didn't happen, if they had somehow done something differently, maybe. Because like I love Terminator 2. Who doesn't? But
yeah.
But like Terminator 3 just.
Terminator 3, it just felt like a sappy story.
Terminator 3 just felt like a retread. It felt like they were trying to reclaim the success of the original without understanding why the first two worked. The second one worked because it brought us something so different that we never even thought of. What if the bad guy, the Terminator from the first one, was a good guy? Like, that was the premise, and it worked so well.
Yeah, and then we got Salvation, which was basically going into the future, and...
I liked it, but I will admit it was very forgettable.
Yeah. I mean, it's like explaining how the whole cyborg version of the Terminator started. Okay. That's interesting. And even the comics that go along with the movies explain like a little bit more detail of like how certain other characters or certain other models came about. And you're just like,
What does Salvation do though? Like, people have been clamoring for something in the future for a while, but the biggest problem is when we got it, it added nothing.
no, it didn't. I mean, it was supposed to add like, oh, well, here's a character that thinks he's human, but he's actually a Terminator. But he just doesn't know it.
But it was a stupid twist. It was better when they did the Genesis twist, although they kind of spoiled that with the trailers.
But yeah, but it's just like, okay. I mean, it's like, look at spoof movies today, okay? Even going back into some of the early 2000s. Admittedly, some of these spoof movies are really bad. They try too hard to be funny. Where if you look at like a Mel Brooks spoof movie, or like Hot Shots, or what's another one I'm thinking of? Well, just those in particular. Huh? Oh yeah, and the Naked Gun series. Those they're funny. They're on point. And they're not, they make use of the jokes. The jokes are on point. Where, like, some of these other spoof movies, like, not another teen movie, you're just like, why am I watching?
Like,
that's
you
funny.
need to have a direction and stick with it. But also, the best parody movies in general are ones that are actually good movies of that genre in the first place.
Right, like Scary Movie 1 was really good. I liked that one. I thought that was funny.
Hot Fuzz, Scream. Scream worked as a parody and as a scary movie because it understood the tropes of the horror genre and it played them straight. It understood and it delivered a really interesting twist for, I think, 3 out of 5 movies, was it?
You're thinking of the Cornello movies? It's 3.
No, I mean the Scream ones.
Oh, the Scream ones? No, there was 5.
Yeah, there's 5 because I hear the new one is good. I haven't seen more than one, so.
Yeah, I saw the first 2. Liked the first 2. The third one was just like, why? Like, I love Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead is fantastic.
I love that zombie movie. My wife finally saw it and she loved it. She laughed at it. She thought it was a good zombie movie because it was funny.
Like, Blazing Saddles is a good western, Spaceballs is a good sci-fi film, even if it didn't have the spoofs. Like, yeah, they're there, but you still have the action and the tension, and what they don't get in a lot of these spoof movies, or even a lot of these comedies, you have to have a story, you have to have a tension, you have to have a reason.
Yeah, there has to be some sort of plot, for the jokes to make fun of.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like,
that's what they forget.
I mean, it's like you said in Spaceballs. Even towards the end of the movie, you see Robert Hurt in the movie reprising the same role he played in the Aliens movie, and the same thing happened to him again. Because he said, "Oh God, not again."
Yeah, like they make some really good fun of it, and I like that. It's you really have to understand. You need to make this for a passionate reason, not for marketing, and understand what you want to make. Because if you don't understand what you want to make, then you end up with like Meet the Spartans, which is just what the fuck.
Yeah, I didn't even want to touch that movie.
Like, or you get like disaster movie where half of them are not disaster movies, and it's just like, watch disaster movies. That's the whole point. That's what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I understand you have good comedy movies and bad comedy movies, just like you have bad B movies and you have good B movies. Like, to me, Evil Dead, the Evil Dead movies, those are good B movies. Sharknado, that's just a cash grab B movie.
It's a fun riff tracks, though. I will give it that. Like, it's stupid as all hell. and I can't watch it normally. But much like The Room, with riff tracks, it is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, kind of interject real quick because I was watching some of the stream here. You noticed how when you were fighting those claw hands in the last round?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember how they were purple?
Yeah, they changed the color for Final Mix, right?
Right, because in the original, all right, when you fought the boss originally the first time, he was all purple. He wasn't the color. He wasn't white, the blues, the yellows. He wasn't that. He was just purple.
But then they have him as an optional boss in the arena to change it up. So just like, okay, we're going to change the colors for some of the bosses, but we're going to change the health around too. So it's like, like the behemoth has 2 different colors as well.
Yeah, but it's like when you fight him in the arena, the boss is his original color. They didn't change it in the final remix. They left it the original OG color.
Well, yeah, that's probably because they wanted to separate. They wanted to distinct the 2 different Heartless. I think what they're trying to say is that they are 2 different ones.
Yeah.
Because like now I'm facing the opposite armor, and distinct Heartless.
But going back to what we were saying earlier about some of these movies, the one thing I gotta admit is there's some of these movies that even if it's a AAA movie, you're thinking like, oh, okay, this is gonna be good, and then you look at it and you watch the movie and you're like, what the frick did I just watch?
Yeah, it's unfortunately like more common these days. More than common.
I mean, just like what we were talking about earlier with Iron Man 3. It could have been so much better. It had so much promise. They hyped it up so much, and then when you get to it, you get out of the movie and you're like, why did I watch that?
I think part of it though is the hype, because like when I watched Iron Man 2 for the first time, I hated it. I watched it a second time, I'm like, that's actually pretty good. It's got problems, but it's pretty good. And the hype killed Iron Man 2 for me back when it first came out, and that's a big thing because Iron Man 1 was so good, and they built this up so much, like, oh, we're gonna have Rhodey in there, we're gonna have this other character, like he's fighting off against Whiplash, and he didn't really do much, and unfortunately we lost the good actor after that film. Like, I really love the original Rhodey. I'm sorry.
Yeah, who didn't?
Yeah, like the second Rhodey, just not good. Like, no offense against the actor, he's doing his best, it just, I don't feel like he embodies the character.
No, I mean, Rhodey is supposed to be... Yeah, he's supposed to be tough as nails and everything, but he's supposed to, you know, have a heart, at least.
Yeah. Alright, I have made it as far as I can in the Hades Cup. I'm not going to be able to do the time trial for that, simply because I'm still low level, so it's time to do some grinding.
Yep. Okay, did you watch Suicide Squad?
I did see Suicide Squad, and yeah, Iron Man 2 is not good, but it's necessary. Like, I would hesitate to call it bad, is what I'm saying. I still think it's enjoyable, Cat.
It's mediocre.
Yeah. What was I saying beforehand?
You said you saw Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, Suicide Squad. I'm of 2 opinions on. One,
okay,
when I first saw it, I really liked it because there are elements that I think really work about it. When I saw it again, I understood the problems, and that's because critically, it's hurt by marketing. It's hurt by they wanted to make like the big portal in the sky, and they wanted to do this, and they wanted to do that to make it more marketable. Blah 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 blah. Very generic.
Yeah.
I think the characters are good though, and I love Will Smith as Deadshot. I think he's a perfect Deadshot.
Oh yeah, I agree.
If there's one thing about that film, I'll say he's a perfect Deadshot. Let's see, Thunder Gem. What is Thunder Gem? Where would I get that? Thunder Gem. Oh yeah. Gems are in that's Atlantica.
Now, I love Harley Quinn in that movie.
Harley Quinn was great. Jared Leto
playing Joker.
He was barely in the movie.
Yeah, because there was a lot more scenes, and apparently they all got cut, and it's like,
If you can't just keep cutting stuff in your movie. Here's the thing. I understand that you want to have it be a certain length, and certain things get cut on the cutting room floor. I understand that. I've seen extras on films, which, like, I don't even know why they were there to begin with. They were so boring, like, why even include them as extras? But you know what? Okay, you're gonna include them. These were cut for a reason, but you can't cut everything because it hurts your script.
yeah.
You gotta understand where your script is, what you want to do with it before you continue on, because that hurts your movie.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I loved everything they did in the movie. I loved the story. I even liked Amanda Waller, and I usually hate that character.
She was perfectly cast. Honestly,
Oh,
Amanda
yeah.
Waller was great in this, and I don't like her in Arrow, but I loved her here.
I mean, I liked Amanda Waller, even though in speaking of which of Arrow, she didn't last, or the actress, or even the character didn't last that long.
See, the thing is, Arrow was kind of a misstep. I liked it up until season 3. Was that the one with Ra's al Ghul?
Yes.
Because I loved the stuff with Deathstroke. Deathstroke was perfect. That was like a perfect season. But then Ra's came in, and at first it was promising, but the problem is that they did too much. They made the character too different from what he was. And I like the actor. I think the problem was the character that they gave him and like what they did with it. And I hate that they brought back God, that guy who never dies, Merlin.
Yeah.
Malcolm Merlin, why is he the new Ra's al Ghul? Why couldn't they have just made Talia? Like, I understand, like, I haven't seen past that season, so I don't know.
Well, you kind of need to, because right now they're getting ready to bring them back, because I'm keeping up on it, and I'm on season, the new season, which is season 5, and they're just now getting to bringing them back, but they haven't said anything about John Merriman, John's character, who plays Merlin. They haven't mentioned anything about him yet, so I'm just like, okay, let's see what's gonna go on. I'm kind of interested.
Let's get rid of Merlin. While we're on it, I love Flash. And
Oh God, yes.
I love Ray Palmer in the series as well.
Well, he's on Legends of Tomorrow.
I've heard about that. I've never seen Legends of Tomorrow. I'm so far behind because I was watching these things on Netflix, which is why I've only seen up to where I have, because I've only seen the first season of The Flash up to season 3 or 4, whatever it is, with the Ra's al Ghul of Arrows. I think it's season 4.
Yeah. Okay, Legends comes in around season 2, maybe season 3 of The Flash. Because I'm trying to remember, because it comes in after the second Firestorm comes in.
Oh, I love Firestorm. I thought he was fantastic.
Oh yeah. But
they did a good job with him. It just, I need to see more. I saw all of season 1 of Jessica Jones. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw both seasons of Daredevil. The first one was great. Actually, more than great. It was fantastic. The second one, I think it did have problems. Okay, we're done here. Good. The second season did have problems, but I think overall, I loved the Punisher. Kingpin was still brilliant as always. And, so what I did like about it, I liked a lot. So, honestly, it was mixed, but mostly good.
yeah, I still need to watch the Punisher, because I mean I've watched 2 of the Punisher movies. I watched the original one with Dolph Lundgren in it.
Lundgren?
That's him.
I can't pronounce it either. It's okay.
Yeah, because he was the original Punisher when I was a kid, when I watched the movie. And then there was the second one and that had one of the characters, or one of the actors in it was Kevin Nash, who was a wrestler, but he played a character in that one. I thought the second one was pretty good, or the remake of it. The other movies I haven't seen. The TV series I kind of want to see because I know the actor who's playing him. Because he played on The Walking Dead. And
Walking Dead. I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
no, I stopped watching it mid season of this year.
Here's my summation of The Walking Dead. Everyone gonna die.
Yeah. I mean, I read the comics. I mean, I find the comics more enjoyable than I do the show.
I find the games better. Wait a second, I accidentally hit this. Oh my god, that angle. Goofy, your face. I accidentally hit the first person camera and you zoom in on Goofy's face and he's just like hovering over me. Is this what you see every day, Sora? Oh my god. Somebody clip this. I don't know how to clip things on Twitch, but clip this.
That is just so freaking wrong. Hey Kat, are you ready to jump in?
She said she might still be eating dinner. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Oreo Side, thanks for the follow. Alright, hold on, my cat was meowing. I think she might be needing to get at her litter box. So while that's happening, just, wait for 1 second.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Hold on.
Take
Sorry,
your time.
guys. What is it, buddy? Are you gonna be good? Are you gonna be a good kid? No attacking. Be a good kid. Jeez. This setup, I have it like a cage around me. So I have my computer here, my microphone in a stand here, so it's like getting out is the hard part. But yeah, again, Oreo Side, thanks for the follow. We've hit 3 average viewers and people in the chat for 2 days
Kat.
in a row, so awesome. Thanks, guys. Hey, Kat. Welcome to the stream.
Thanks. Sorry I'm late. I totally, I napped too long, and now I feel like shit.
I slept too long.
Yeah, that's pretty much me.
And now I have that song going on my head. Thank you. Alright, I have to bow out because I've got to get stuff ready because I don't know if I'm going to go to work tomorrow so I got to find out what's going on. I will catch you all in the next stream. Zenith, if you want me to co-host a stream next time, just let me know a little bit ahead of time so I can preset everything. And
what I'm planning on doing for streams, I said this last stream, but my plan is to have Saturdays or Sundays be Prince of Persia and Mondays be Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
That can change, but that's my plan, and I'm trying to stick to it because I really want to build up my Twitch page and get everything set up because it's finally working the way I want it to. So, yeah.
Well, like I
Plan
said,
is great.
My plan is great. Well, thanks for showing up, Max. I really appreciate it, especially at short notice.
I had no problem. Like I said, if you want me to join in, just let me know, and I'll figure it in. It's all good.
Alrighty, well, you have a good one. Have fun at work. Hopefully, things are okay over there. I just started seeing snow out my window.
Yeah,
so
there's tons of danger outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stream until midnight, depending on the snow, or maybe a little bit later. I want to get stuff done tonight, so.
Yes, and you also do need to get some sleep.
Well, actually, I'm nocturnal because of work. I slept till 4 today, which means I'm behind.
All right, well, until next time, everyone, stay safe and don't kill anybody unless you're gonna do it right.
Later, Max. Thanks for showing up.
By.
Hey, what are you up to, kitty?
You let her back in?
Well, she was meowing at the door, and I'm like, well, it's been a while. I don't want her to go without using the bathroom because that would be bad. That would be bad.
True.
Just be good,
Alright.
kitty. Go back to sleep.
Hang on 1 sec. Ugh.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to plug my headphones in.
It's okay, and that's what she said. Anyway, so I don't know how much you were listening in for, but basically we finished Winnie the Pooh break, which was basically we sealed Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I came in when you started like the Hades Cup.
Okay, so before we did that, we just went to get Kiraga, so now we have Kiraga. I'm working on Synthesis right now, which is all the special Heartless. Have you seen any of the special Heartless?
You mean like the mushrooms, where you have to like cast the elemental spells and the and all the other crap on them?
Those are the original special Heartless. This is for 1.5 in Final Mix. They added a bunch of new Heartless.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'll start off easy. Let's see, Fury Stone, that's a pretty easy one to do, so we'll start off with that. So, the first one that they added is called the Gigas Shadow, and basically, they're giant shadows, and the only way to get them to drop stuff is by defeating enough without getting hit. There are easy ways to do it. Eroga helps. But usually it's just having a higher level helps a lot more.
Okay. I guess I'll see it in action soon.
Yes. But yeah, every world has at least one Heartless. 2 of them are horrible. The rest are tolerable. The Halloween Town one is really cool. Okay, so basically, you go back to the Bazaar room, the normal Bazaar room, and if you see shadows spawning, that's when you know that the Giga Shadow will be spawning later. So you have to fight 3 gauntlets of shadows, and if you win each gauntlet, then the Giga Shadows appear. Now, I'm not entirely sure if getting hit by these shadows counts. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, because I've done the Fury Stone while getting hit by these guys, but it's just the tech points that you get from the Giga Shadows are basically each tech point gives you a shot at a Fury Stone, and that means defeating one without getting hit.
Okay.
This is also a good place to basically farm Lucent Shards, which are synthesis items that you get from regular shadows. And here we are, Giga Shadows. Eroga, and then I just like wade into them and start attacking.
Yeah, I'm on a delay, so give me a bit.
Okay. Yeah, I know the stream has a bit of a delay, but yeah.
Oh Jesus, they're huge.
Yeah.
That's a huge bitch.
And I got my Fury Stone. Okay. So, like, getting hit once is fine, because I did get hit once by one of them, but Eroga helps to deflect their attacks, so it doesn't count as much. But basically, you want to go in and defeat as many as you can without getting hit.
Like, why don't you just go outside and dodge rain?
This isn't Final Fantasy X. I'm not into the tedious stuff yet. So we're gonna come back here later, but so that's a Fury Stone for 1. We need a Frost Stone, which is in Monstro. This one is actually very easy. Grand Ghost is a Heartless that is basically killed by items. The higher the strength of the item in terms of healing, the better. So high potions and elixirs have higher chances of getting him to drop something, and they hurt him. So 2 elixirs, and you're guaranteed 2 Frost Stones.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, it's easy to do, and I think that's interesting. I think it's an interesting Heartless. Some of them...
You will!
Show me what you got.
I still hate that fucking whale. Ugh.
Yeah, the whale it's a whale of a whale.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you about, a whale of a tale or two.
I miss 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. They need to do a remake, because that was an underrated gem of a film, and Unfortunately, nobody knows as much about it as like people back then. Kitty, hey kitty, if you're gonna keep doing that, I'm gonna kick you out.
She's just agreeing with us.
Okay, so high potion to the Grand Ghost.
This should help.
So he's not gonna drop anything. High potion. Ghost.
Here.
I shouldn't exit right now.
Heal.
Yeah, he leaves, but I didn't set it up where I had elixirs in my thing. The good thing about him is the spawn rate is very, like, it's 100% pretty much. So I just have to get an elixir from my stock. Okay, kitty. Now you're being a pain. I'm sorry, guys. Kitty. Your privileges are revoked. Say hello. Say hello. This is the kitty of shame.
Hi, kitty of shame.
Hey, no biting me. No biting. You did this to yourself.
She looks so sad whenever you pick her up.
Okay. Yeah, I know I did it again, but I'd rather her not, like, be stuck outside having to poop. Because cats can hold it, but, you know, I don't want presents on my carpet.
No. Definitely not.
Alright, I got my items. Let's go back inside. Come on, Grand Ghost. Let's bust you.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Alright, so that's the Grand Ghost. Elixir, Ghost, not Goofy.
Goofy.
I didn't want to get Goofy. Why?
You gave an item to Goofy.
Yeah, because if he leaves, like, if he goes out of range, then
Heal.
he wrecks your shit. And now I use a... It didn't work that time.
Here.
It's so weird that Monstro's stomach is being haunted by a ghost.
Yeah, I never understood that. And I don't have any items right now. And he leaves, okay.
I am the whale ghost! Beware!
Let me try something different. It could just be that the random nature of him dropping items has changed because RNG's a bitch. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a bunch of elixirs from my stock. I can always make more later.
Take all the elixirs.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch the Mega Potion for elixir. So I have 4 elixirs, 4 shots. Let's do this. Oh, hello, rare truffles. I never understood the rare truffle because there's no point to them. You like basically the idea is that if you bounce them up like 100 times, then you get like special items, but it doesn't always work. Ah, there we go. That's my froststone.
Yeah, like, it's... like, it took me a while to figure it out, but even then, it's like, even when you lock onto them, you can't keep them in the air. Like, because they're always like moving somewhere else, and it's like, unless you corner them or something, but it's, half the time it's impossible.
Ooh, I got 2 frost stones with that one. So I got 3 in a row. You need a total of 7 for each special heartless, which kind of sucks. Let's just take a look at my items. Item stock. Let's see. Frost stones, yeah, I have 3, so that's good for right now. But the only problem I see with like stuff moving around is like Kingdom Hearts 1 is not built for stuff that moves around. If you're using items, you have to stop whatever you're doing and you can't move. So if your target moves and you're trying to cast Aurora on someone, like a target, or trying to give an item to a specific target and they're moving, it doesn't really work very well in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Nope.
Anyway, that's all I need to do in Bonstro. I need a Mithril Stone. That's an Agrabah. Let me just check magic. I have Aroga, so I can get those. The interesting thing about this one is, you remember the pot centipede in Agrabah?
Yeah.
This is basically an extension of it. It's called a pot scorpion. And you go into where the area where the pot centipede originally was, which is basically right in the main street area. And if you'll see a bunch of pots have spawned, and you get a tech point for each crate you destroy that's not, for each pot you destroy that the scorpion isn't in. The interesting thing is, you can tell where the pot scorpion is. There's a tried and true method. The one that the pot scorpion is in does not move. You can move.
Okay, well at least they make it obvious.
Yeah. So you get a chance of, if you find where the pot scorpion is, which is right there, so I know where it is, you attack the other ones, and for each pot, you get a tech point. Well, the last one gives you 100 tech points and a shot at a mithril stone, in addition to the pot scorpion itself, so you don't even have to fight it. And I didn't make it that time, but that's okay. I'll just cast Aroga. And this guy is all about defense, so you basically have to cast Aroga on yourself, flip it over when it gets hit by its own attack, and then basically just keep on wailing on it. It's annoying. What's that?
I was gonna say pot scorpion sounds like a cool name for a bong.
That does sound like a cool name for a bong. The annoying thing is, I first tried to fight this without Aroga. You can only flip it over with Aroga, and especially use a guard. Like, okay, this is oddly specific.
God.
And I got a mithril shard. I need a stone, and that's RNG at work.
So I couldn't bother to give you the entire stone, just a shard, asshole.
Thank you, RNGesus. Okay, so you can easily reset this though. So you just keep going in and out of the area until the pot scorpion reforms. And there's a save point that lets you replenish your MP. So it's not an easy, it's not a difficult farm. It can be annoying if you don't get it, but like it's an easy farm. It's much better than, say, the Sniper Wilds, which I'm gonna do those last. Alright, now he's back. So, where are you? Okay, he's in that one.
Come on, stream.
Is the stream derping, or is it your internet?
It's probably our internet.
Yeah, I mean, I know the storm is coming right now, so There's a storm.
Storm coming.
Defense.
Winter is coming.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I'm hoping for at least a delayed opening tomorrow, but God knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a storm coming, but then I got a message this morning from like 3 different people. They're just like, "Hey, no work tonight." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, but strangely nobody like really talked about it in my office. Like somebody brought it up, but they're like, "Oh, well, I think it's gonna miss us. It's gonna be more south or off to the side, yada yada." And I even looked it up on weather.com, and they're like, "Yeah, it's only during the nighttime, like 2 to 3 inches and stuff." Now all of a sudden, like as it is nighttime, it's like suddenly people are like, "Oh my God, there's a blizzard coming! It's gonna get us!" And I'm like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Did we just go through this?"
It's weird because we thought that the other day was going to be a blizzard, but we had work. It was nothing. And I actually got the mithril stone that time, so that's good.
Woohoo!
I'll come back for farming later. I'm only getting 1 right now. I'm trying to think. I don't think I need anything immediately, but I'm going to go back to Traverse Town and check. Because I don't have a list of what I need. Yeah, like,
You want me to look it up?
I mean, I could bring it up, but honestly, I'd rather just go and get
Okay.
go right to Traverse Town because quick fix. Yeah. Okay. So those are at least 3 of the special Heartless. Let's see.
Well, I can't say they're exactly creative, given that 2 of them are just huge, and 1 is like the pots just with an extra tail attached and claws.
Yeah. Okay, I need a lightning stone, which that's over in Deep Jungle. Let's see, lucid gems. Those are. What? Can you look up what drops lucid gems?
Hold on.
But I can make a mithril at least. Emphasize that. Hey Ari, you're not too late. This is actually pretty casual right now because the only thing you missed was Winnie the Pooh. We sealed Winnie the Pooh. We did a little bit of the Hades Cup. We got Kiraga. We upgraded our magic for the most part to like the 3rd tier, except for Stop and Gravira, because those are later on in the Hades Cup. Right now we're just farming for items in Synthesis.
Let's see. It says if you fight gargoyles, white knights, encounter white mushrooms with gravity, or if you summon Bambi.
Okay, so we're gonna go to Halloween Town for that, so that's fine. Power Stone, might as well get this out of the way because that's a Sniper Wilds. Lightning Stone and the Lucid Gem, so I know where to get those 2. And then it's Serenity Power. Lightning Stone for that. So I need 2 Lightning Stones, and then I need 2 Power Stones, another Mithril Stone, and a Serenity Power. I'll probably wait on Experience Earring because Serenity Power takes like 15 tries to get the thing right.
Ugh.
It's one where you have to hit this guy a certain amount of times, but Donald and Goofy's hits subtract from the count. And
What?
so you have to summon Bambi, you have to stop this guy, you have to use Ragnarok, you have to upgrade your MP. It's just so stupid. I don't get it.
I know, that is so needlessly complicated. That makes no sense.
Video games in PS2 era, I think we can agree were needlessly complicated.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Is it here? Yeah. See that? There's a monkey right there. That's
Monkey.
the Sniper Wild. You have to defeat 6 of them without being spotted to get 1 Power Stone. Now...
What? What?
granted, there's a good and a bad to it. The good thing is that that you have a window of opportunity. You have like a few minutes before they spawn, before they see you. So you have to go up to one, kill it immediately, fly away, then you have to isolate another one because they come in sets of 1, 2, and 3, and then the cycle continues. But the more you kill, the faster it becomes to like get rid of them. Like you get a higher spawn rate too, and it's annoying as all fuck. But if you spread them out, like the thing is they stay in the center of the area, and they only have a tunnel vision. So yeah, like you really have to be careful. But if you do it right, like I just failed, then you can do it. But if you do it wrong, then they'll start sniping you. And you need total of 6 of these.
So it's like trying to sneak around a bunch of mini T-Rexes.
Yeah, and it sucks. Like, not gonna lie, this in Serenity Power of the worst extra items to get in the game.
Like, there's being challenging, and then there's just being a dick.
I think this is just being obtuse. It's like, hey, you want to do it? You gotta do it a special way. And I've seen people's methods of doing it with like summons and stuff, but that you have to have a certain MP and you have to do it a certain way. Here, like, I've just gotta be cautious. Okay, they didn't spawn in.
It's like you need to reach a certain level in Pokemon Go. All you need is 3 Pikachus, 4 Charmanders, and 3 Digimons.
That's exactly what it is, and it's like some of the synthesis in the first game I really love, but it's they give you synthesis way too late in the game, like second half of the game, and the really useful stuff takes forever to get. And granted, it's worth it once you get it, but Ultimate Weapon is so much better in the second game. Synthesis in Kingdom Hearts 2 is just so fun in the second game. Okay, so it's reset. Gotta find this guy, isolate him. Okay, and run away without them seeing you. Because they have tunnel vision, which is it's so weird that they can see you from certain angles in certain ways, but then there's sometimes where they can't see you, and I don't know.
It makes no sense because they attack with range, so you think they'd be able to see all distance. That makes no goddamn sense.
I think the idea originally was that you're supposed to snipe them, but with what?
Like, you can't shoot them with fire or thunder or anything like that?
You can, but that would risk possibly, like, getting spotted by some of the other ones, right?
Well, I mean, if you use thunder, you can hit multiple targets, but...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Originally, I used to use gravity, but that requires getting them all together. Okay, that's...
Well,
Five.
you could also... Could you also, like, use stop and then do it?
You
or would that take
can,
up to...
But I need a higher level of stop. Crap, I missed my opportunity at 5. So annoying, because I was going right for him, he didn't see me, and then all of a sudden he saw me. Later, Adolphus.
Alright, night.
It's like, I only need one of them for this one ingredient, and then I'm gonna stop. It just... I played this last night on PS3, and it was annoying then, too, because I've only managed to get 2 playing through hours of it, and I'm just like... apparently need 6. But from what I gather, they have a higher higher chance of getting more of them the more rounds you defeat, because if you defeat like 9 of them, I think you get 2 more. So it's like, it's kind of risk versus reward, which I like in a way, but I feel like there's too high a risk of getting spotted.
Yeah.
If there was a way that they were like blind for a few minutes upon starting a round, that would be fine.
Because the cover in this really sucks.
Oh yeah, the only way to do this is to hide behind this wall, and even then, it's kind of risky. Like I'm trying, because even if you get rid of them, like what if one of them spawns in this area?
It's like ye old video games where like you kill an enemy and it immediately spawns in the same spot.
Okay. So now I'm down to the last 3, which thankfully they split them apart. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this one. That's 4. And they can't see me flying over here for some reason.
I thought it was a bird. Which technically, yes, since Sora's name means bird.
I thought that was Chisei.
No, her last name means bird.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's 5. Last one, and... Power Stone, I got 1. Alright, do I risk going for the next 3? Yeah, let's try it. I'm gonna keep trying. Because if I only need to defeat 3 more for 2, I can risk.
Fake it till you make it.
You don't see me. You don't see me.
Sora's trying not to be seen. Unfortunately, she's doing a very bad job of it.
Having a very bad go. Where's the other one? Yeah, they're like right next to each other. I'm just waiting for them to separate them. Crap. Oh my god, how did I do that?
You're a wizard.
Maybe because they didn't drop anything that time, so but maybe the next time they'll drop more. Like from what I understand, it multiplies the chances. But I don't know. I don't farm this very often. Oh crap, they saw me. We've been made.
Damn.
Okay, I got 1. That's all I needed at the moment.
Cheese it.
Alright, let's get out of here. So those are the sniper wilds? And they suck.
They do suck.
Oh god. I would like to thank all of you for tuning in to watch me get killed by sniper wilds. Thank you.
It's like nothing like spending an evening watching somebody kill a bunch of monkeys.
But at least it gives me the Titan chain, which is an accessory that... Oh, Synthesis Amateur. That's for synthesizing 15 items. Yeah, the Titan chain, I think.
Who are you
is...
calling an amateur?
So now I need some lightning stones and lucid gems. Lucid gems are easy. Lightning stones, semi-easy. Lightning stones are a little bit weird because basically the Heartless splits into 5. and it shows you where the real Heartless is. And then it shuffles around, kind of like those like parlor games, and you have to determine which is the real one. If you get it right, you have a chance of getting a lightning stone, which is pretty high later on in the game. So like, if you have 2 lucky strikes on, you should be fine to get 1. However, if you get it wrong, they hit you with lightning spell. You get, I think, 4 or 5 chances of them hitting you with lightning before they disappear. So
Lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
they do give you a good amount of chances, which is good. Oh yeah, of course, you're gonna stop them. Whoops. You didn't need to use the stop spell, guys. They're kind of easy to kill. Okay. Drop the shiny crystal, nice. The crystals are pretty rare drops, like from wizards, defenders, and the wyverns. Those drop crystals very rarely. So it's like, okay, getting them is a pretty rare drop. The worst farming, though, is with the wizards and the defenders, getting the wizard staff and the defender's shield.
Right, I remember that. You have to really luck out and hope that one of them actually drops it.
Yeah, in my PS3 playthrough, I've gotten it twice. So it's not too rare. It's like you can get it rarely, but like the defender's shield is what's super rare. I never have good luck with the defender's shield. Even with 3 lucky strikes equipped, half the time it just doesn't appear.
See, I had the opposite problem. I managed to get the defender shield twice, but I couldn't get the staff. It was so weird.
Yeah, especially with farming points. Like, this is a good farming point for wizards because there's like a bunch of them that just randomly spawn. Defenders are more Traverse Towns area because they have like 6 that you can easily farm in a circle. Or you can go to Hollow Bastion, which has a ton of defenders. But then again, you get your ass creamed if you're not a high level because there's not enough space, and then you keep falling off the area.
I love how all of a sudden they're using the stop spell. It's like, why the hell didn't you do that with the monkeys before? That would have been useful.
Yeah.
Assholes.
It's like, hey, you could have stopped these things before they spotted me. They didn't do anything with Sniper Wilds. They never do anything with the Sniper Wilds. Because until you target and engage in combat, they don't attack sometimes. I don't get it. Like, I know you can change their AI, but I don't generally do that because I prefer my own input. All right, so these are the people who have the lightning stones, and that was easy. Okay, so it didn't drop at that time. Was it the middle one? Oh, no, it was the side one. Edge. Aha, got you that. Yeah, these guys aren't annoying, and they're easy to respawn, so I don't really have any major gripes with them. Especially because you can get a lightning stone by defeating them, and you get a lightning stone just by getting a tech against them, so it's like, okay. It gets harder each time, granted, but yeah. Not the easiest, but not the hardest either.
Look like the poisonous version of those.
Yeah, it does look like a poison mushroom, which that would be funny.
That would suck. Can you imagine like those things floating around, you try to hit it and like you just can't.
So I got 1 lightning stone from them. because they got fed up with me not hitting the right one. But it's okay. I need Mystery Goo. So I'm gonna use my wrong
See ya.
Shiver.
So how can you tell like which one is like the correct one, or it's just a random guess?
You have to watch them and figure out where they come from. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. Stop falling. I don't want to give you cure.
Fire.
Firaga, good. Gotta wait for him to.
It's okay. It's okay. He's just drunk.
Go home, you drunk.
Like I'm not gonna cast Cure on you because then you won't learn anything.
No, you're just gonna yell at me. I just want to talk. No, you're just gonna yell at me. I don't want you to do Thunder or Blizzard. Come on. There we go. And come on, Mystery Goo. Yeah. Oh no, you give me a Blaze Gem? Why?
Stupid of mushrooms.
Okay. I'm gonna try for one more. Goofy. Goofy. God. Fucking damn it.
I tried to screenshot that thing before, but you like turned away before I could.
Goofy. Alright, later, Ari. Let's try for some more lightning stones. I think I only need one more currently.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know how you clip stuff. Apparently you can do it on Twitch. Like, not just like the screenshot, but just make a clip of something like cool from the stream. I don't quite know how it's done. Then again, I don't know how like raids work or anything. I'm very new to streams, so.
Come on.
But we've been doing well for a stream so far, so I'm happy. Getting all the followers involved. Alright, there you are. Come on, bitch heartless. Give me... There we go. Gotta be the first time. Is it the end one? Yeah. There we go.
Don't mind me, I'm just popping pills.
Popping pills edition.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, watching this is giving me flashbacks.
Hey, this is the end one. No, what? I watched you. Annoying, heartless. It's like with these guys, you have to kind of pace yourself because they're so annoying.
Hmm.
but you need them for like everything.
Come on.
There's some crystal. I don't need that, but okay, thank you.
Take that.
Farming items in Kingdom Hearts 1. It was so much easier in the original version of the game. So I like that they added more Heartless, but did they need to make them so annoying at times? Like, I'll be the first one to admit, some of these are very clever. I like some of them. Sniper Wilds, though, no.
Yeah, no. No, no.
We need more
Mr.
lemon.
Superman Dolai.
We need more lemon. Mr. Superman, go in here. Crystal. Alright, let's give it one more attempt. If not, I'm moving on. Because I'm gonna need it for another synthesis thing, but that's the one with Serenity Power. And you know what? I'm probably not gonna try for Serenity Power this stream. Simply because it's so annoying.
Yeah, no need for the...
Follow with my eyes. With my eyes! They try to trick you, too. Ah, I knew it was the end one. Oh, that's how you can figure out where they are. They have a drop shadow. Fucking A. I could have known this entire time.
Wow. So many wasted hours.
Ah, come on. I was about to attack you.
It's like, LOL, nope.
Alright, well, I'm gonna call it for this try. We're gonna head over to Halloween Town.
Yay! My second home.
And you may notice I've been saving like every single time. That's because I don't want to have to do these Heartless again.
No.
Even though we are gonna have to do them again, I don't want to have to do them more than necessary.
Giggity. Oh, so this sounds random, but it's sort of related. So, you heard about my failed trip to Monster Mania Con, right?
Yeah. You told me about that yesterday, actually.
Yeah. Did you see that article that Doug posted on my Facebook about what went down during that con?
No, I didn't see that. What
Ooh,
happened at
lordy.
Monstermania?
Oh man, they like way oversold it, and like they had no room for people. Like there were people that like pre-bought tickets and couldn't even get into the hotel. It was so packed. And if anybody tried to like leave, they couldn't get back in.
They pulled a Rhode Island Comic Con because they did the same thing up here, and I'm just like, what will you learn? You have very popular people. You're going to sell out. You need to plan for your space.
Yeah, and a lot of people were pissed off. Like I heard like the people that couldn't get in like were like smashing like car windows in the lot. It's like, dude, really? That's not gonna get you into the con.
That's only
Anything
gonna
that's
look
gonna
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they said it was so packed that a guy actually passed out from being smushed between people, and they had to get an ambulance to come and get him out.
What the fuck?
Mhm.
Jeez. Okay, so
And then I heard these two stories involving two of the guests that were there. Well, first off, apparently there was a bunch of death threats made against Paul Rubens. To which I'm like, why would anybody want to hurt Pee-wee?
who hates
why
Paul
would you-
Rubens? Really?
I know it's like I know he's done some like weird shit and whatnot, but it's Paul Rubens, it's Pee-wee. Why would you want to kill Pee-wee?
Maybe because he told them what crack is. This is crack.
Oh gosh.
I don't
And then-
understand.
Yeah. And then the other thing I heard, which is really fucked up, one of the actors who played Jason, and I forget which Friday the 13th movie, he accidentally hurt a fan, but that wasn't really his fault, that was the fan's fault. Because the guy brought in a machete for him to pose with in a picture, and the thing was like, the actor thought it was like a prop machete, which it kind of was, except that the fan actually sharpened it. So when the guy pretended to like take the machete and like cut him on the shoulder, he actually legitimately cut him.
How stupid can you get? Like, why would you sharpen it? Like, the whole point of cosplay, yes, you gotta be authentic, but come on.
I don't know. People baffle me.
It's like, I had a Keyblade. I had to throw it away, unfortunately. That was the saddest thing in my life. Before I moved, I looked at it and it was just falling apart. I've used it so many times. But that thing had sharp edges, kind of, but like, you couldn't hurt anyone with it. Like, it was... You gotta understand your prop. But like, why would you sharpen it on purpose?
Like, I don't know if it was because it looked overly fake or whatever, or, you know, maybe they were trying to go for more authenticity or something, but that is still a stupid thing to do. And then, like, to put the actor in that position, like, I feel so bad for him.
I bet he felt bad too, because like, he was just doing his job. He was just trying to please the fans.
Is it another reason why this con shouldn't have happened? Because then they couldn't monitor like all the shit people were bringing in, and then this happens. Because normally whenever I go to a con, like, they have people looking out for like all the prop weapons. They see something that looks even remotely dangerous, they haul your ass in and inspect it.
They either inspect it, or they have an inspection area, or if you have to go in through like metal security, because they, like, AB doesn't tolerate that shit anymore, because they had someone bring in a gun, and it's just like, it's, you really have to be careful with your props, guys. Like, do things responsibly. Like, I've used props, I've cosplayed before, I understand, I get it, I'm hip, but you gotta be careful, because people get hurt. And it's not a question of realism, it's a question of safety.
Yeah, I had a friend once, he like went through the trouble of making one of those signs you hold on a pole, and they wouldn't let him bring it in because it was considered dangerous.
Yeah. It's like, sometimes they're a little bit overzealous in protecting people, but sometimes, you know, they gotta check that shit, you know?
Come on.
Hey, hey.
Where is this lucid gem? Jeez. Fought, like, I must have fought, like... Oh, there we go. As soon as I complain about it, I get one.
Complain and you shall receive.
Undo one more day. Damn. Oh, there's 2. 3.
See, now you're in the zone.
Alright, now I'm gonna show you the Chimera, because we're in the area anyway.
Ooh, Chimera.
We don't need it at the moment, but we're gonna get some blazing stones. So if you go where the Oogie Mansion was, and you fight off, you get like hordes of these white knights, the mummies. You fight 2 different rounds of them, and then the Chimera appears afterwards. And the Chimera is basically like, it looks like a Frankenstein like robot creature that was created of different like parts in a lab. I think maybe it was like Dr. Finkelstein's experiment or something like that.
Okay.
Okay, so, and it drops from above, and there it is. I know it takes a while for the stream to catch up, but there it is. And here's the thing with this creature, like, you can't defeat it normally. You fight it, but it has a couple different health bars. So you have the normal health bar, but then when...
What the fuck?
Yeah. When you defeat the normal health bar, like, these balls come out. And the balls, the more you reflect them, the more tech points you get. But also the more chances you have of getting a blazing stone. And I've gotten one just from reflecting the balls. Like, you can't get one just from defeating it, but also you get them from reflecting the balls.
It looks like a blender with arms and legs.
Yeah, it does. And I already just got a blazing stone just from reflecting balls. Balls, balls, balls.
Stop playing with your balls, man.
Well, I have to use them sometime. I'm not going to be using them in the future.
It's like one of like his failed experiments. Like he just threw like a bunch of his kitchen trash together and hoped for the best.
Yeah. All right, so we got a blazing stone. We got a bunch of lucid gems. All right, that's it for right now in this world.
Why is he sprouting confetti?
Because he summons other creatures. He's just like, hey, come get it. He's probably the Tada robot. He wanted to scare people. Here, have some confetti. Confetti for everybody.
He has a party cannon attached to his arm.
God damn it, you're stealing Pinkie Pie's gimmick. Okay. Now to return to Traverse Town and see what else we need to do. Unfortunately, the synthesis is probably the most time-consuming part. But like, I need synthesis to give me a little bit more levels because I can't face the Hades Cup like full on yet.
Right.
I mean, I could go to the end of the world, but there's a couple other things I'd want to do first.
Yeah, I think my first run through, I ended up pretty much ignoring Olympus until like I was done with End of the World. And by that point, I was like at a super high level, so I pretty much breezed through everything. The only thing that I kept like messing up on was like, you know, like the big ones, like with Cloud and Leon teaming up and all that, or the stuff that required like timing or whatever.
Yeah, like Leon and Cloud take forever, especially because like Cloud is easy if you have counter, but when you have someone else to worry about, like especially with Cloud and Yuffie. Like, Yuffie, you have to, like, go from a distance and reflect her stuff back at her. Alright, so I managed to synthesize a few things. I need a Lightning Stone, Power Stone, Mithril Stone, Serenity Power, but I'll get that later. So Lightning Stone immediately, and Elixir, I need a Bright Crystal, and I can get that here, because that's Defender. 3 stars. I need Power Gems and Mystery Goo. It's gonna take a while.
Mystery Goo.
And I need another Blazing Stone. So what I can probably do is I'll get the Bright Crystal here, and then I'll go back to Halloween Town and get the last Blazing Stone, because Crystal Crowns are super useful. And I get Encounter Plus. Okay. Thank you.
It's like, I don't need it, but thank you.
Yeah, I don't really need it. The only Encounter Plus only increases the odds of encountering enemies in the field, but like I don't really find it very useful when gathering items. Okay, equipment. So I just got a bunch of new stuff. Heart Guard raises HP and defense, but that would lower my strength by 3. This arm. Okay, nothing beats Omega Arts at the moment. Let's see. This armlet raises my MP but lowers my HP. No. That would lower my AP. Lower my AP. So yeah, none of that's gonna help me. I'm gonna have to give that to either Donald or Goofy.
Sloppy seconds.
So I want to give stuff to okay, Atlas Armlet will be good for Donald, because that actually keeps his MP the same. So that, and then what would raise his? That would lower his MP.
Is there anything in there that would stop him from constantly dying? Because that would be nice.
Nah, not that I know of. That's an ability, but I need more AP for that, and that would lower his MP, so no. The answer, unfortunately, is no.
If only he was like the Donald from DuckTales. Then he'd be cool.
Alright, I'm gonna give Goofy the Gaia Bangle. Let's see. And then... what do I want to give him? The Titan Chain would be good for him.
Boot to the head. See, I always used to do the opposite. Like, I'd give Donald all the stuff to increase his health so he'd stop dying, and then I'd give Goofy all, like, the stuff to enhance his magic so he'd stop, like, you know, like, burning through all of his major attacks.
I want to give him stuff that can increase his strength and defense. So let's give you the Raven's Claw. Alright. That's good for right now. Now we're gonna go farm the bright crystals, and then we're gonna go back and get another blazing stone. Do I have defense up for Sora? Okay, that's good. There we go. Oh wow, we've been going 3 hours? Jeez. I may call it an Alright, well...
Well, I do want to I do plan to bail out by at least 11:30 because we got what the fuck is wrong with you tonight. I need my nonsense, my weekly nonsense.
You wanna do the nonsense? I'm gonna try for this again. Because there's less of a chance of being seen now. Alright, let's get out of here. She's it. Of course, Donald doesn't kill me easily.
Come on.
Oh, you're useless.
Yeah.
How about this? We'll end at like 11:30. I at least want to try to get these last 2 items.
Fair enough.
Shiny crystal, but I need a bright crystal.
What's the difference?
I know.
It's like, for fuck's sake, if you're gonna, like, call these items things, at least try to make them sound different.
It's totally different. This one has a B in it. Kitty.
Should be in the dildo again.
She's meowing at the door.
Mm.
She doesn't usually do this. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the storm. That's probably it.
Aw,
She's been
poor
feisty because of the storm. I don't blame her. She gives me views.
baby. Well, yeah, you say the word cat in anything and you automatically get like 100 views.
It must be the algorithm on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the bright crystal. That was fast.
Convenient.
Let's see. Give me a defender shield. Defender shield?
Heal.
He's like, no, you're not getting my shield.
God damn it. I want that shield. It looks so fetch.
Stop trying to make fetch a thing.
Fetch will happen. You know it will.
Come on.
So I can at least make one thing now. Okay. So I can make an elixir. Good. Alright, so I have 20 out of 24 in my playthrough. Let's see, in my other playthrough I have 21 out of 30. So I only need one more to get to the next level. But, let's see, Mystery Goo. For Crystal Crown, I just need one more Blazing Stone. We're gonna go for that. Because that's... Chimera's not that bad.
You watch, like, you go through the end of the world thing and, like, you get all these things, like, automatically without trying.
Damn
It's like, why the hell did I go... Like, why the hell did I grind?
I wish.
God, people, stop texting me.
I will text you as much as I want.
I shit you not. I go to lay down for my nap and I had 5 different people texting me. I'm like, why?
Granted, I did text you when you were asleep because it was like 7:30. And I
Yeah,
texted
you
Doug.
asshole.
And like, I know you said like 7, but
I was tired. Just give me a break.
it's It's okay. I was just like, all right, I'll start the stream, and then you can come in later.
Like, I'm a night owl who works a normal 8 to 4 job. Like, you have any idea? And I have to deal with criminals on a daily basis. You have any idea how exhausting that is?
Yeah, I think so. I work fast food.
Well, this is better than fast food. This is better than any restaurant job, honestly.
Better than Crappies.
Oh, anything's better than Crapplebee's. Oh, the rose themed Keyblade looks so out of place in Halloween Town.
I know, right? I find it funny though. The Divine Rose is one of the strongest Keyblades in the game. You can get it very simply by going into the library and talking to Belle immediately after you get Oathkeeper, right? Oathkeeper is pretty powerful, but then you get it and it immediately makes Oathkeeper obsolete, and it's stronger than Oblivion. So what is the point of having these ones that you can't get until after you beat Riku 2? I mean,
Yeah, it's like, it's not fair. Like, and I don't know, I hate it when they have the, you know, the appropriately themed Keyblades. They give it to you at the end of the level as opposed to the beginning. It's like, if you're gonna fight in that land, you may as well, you know, look the part.
Yeah, that's another thing that got to me. Like, I like that it felt like you were rewarded for doing stuff, but it also, like, hey, I should have gotten this beforehand.
Yeah, honestly, I end up sticking with Oblivion for, like, most of the game until, like, I managed to synthesize the final Keyblade.
Yeah, I preferred Oathkeeper and Oblivion, but I never got Divine Rose because it's one of those you have to go out of your way to find, because it's not just given to you, you just reunite Beast and Belle. And so it's like, okay, well, it's not like something you exactly like find normally. Maritime. I want all your stone. All your stone are belong to me.
I half expect this thing to show up and be like, exterminate, exterminate.
God damn it, Daleks. Was once not enough times. How many times must you take over the world?
It was funny, I was like, when I was over my friend's house, we were watching Rift Track's version of Space Mutiny.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Red Brown. And there was like that infamous chase scene where they're like in like those like two little mopeds, like street sweeper type devices, and they're going so damn slow. And I just kept thinking to myself, you know, if they had like the thing on top of their heads, they could look like Daleks racing.
Exterminate. Stop running away. I got 2 blazing stones this time. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
I only needed 1. Thank you. Good job. You did it. You did good. All right, I will return to Traverse Town, and then we will call it for today.
Sounds good.
Because I too want to partake in the nonsense.
I heard tonight we're supposed to get a story that involves a horse. That's all that he said. There was no context for what the horse means.
Is this another corgi? Is the corgi riding the horse?
I hope so. That was adorable.
Alright. Yeah, today's stream was pretty eventful. We got quite a few trophies. Synthesized a lot of stuff. Still nowhere near 100%, but we're getting there. We'll get there eventually.
Eventually.
And it looks like even despite the storm, we didn't lose that many frames, so I think we turned out pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
all things considered.
Well, here's hoping we don't get completely buried again.
Yeah, here's hoping.
I mean, I don't have a lawn to shovel because I'm in an apartment complex, so I have a guy do it for me, but still. I gotta walk to work, so.
Some of this stuff is end of the world stuff, so I think maybe after this tier, like after I get the 3 stars, and maybe after the Moogle badge and stuff, like I'll get all the earlier stuff, and then I'll probably do end of the world.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, guys, next time, end of the world. We're gonna destroy the world.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
But first,
and I feel fine.
First, I'm gonna put on this crystal crown.
So you look pretty while you're destroying the end of the world.
Yes, I would look very pretty.
I'm a pretty, pretty princess. Well, thank God it's a crown that's useful.
Yeah, it upgrades everything. I love that.
Yes, get all the upgrades.
I'll be there in a second, kitty. Jeez. But yeah, look at my health right now. It's like, it's crazy. Because if I look
Like,
at
just
this-
go up to people and be like, go ahead, punch my chest. It'll take you forever to knock me out.
Both Sora and Goofy have 78 health,
Damn.
which is kind of crazy. I mean, granted, Proud Mode is like where you get the crazy stuff, but yeah. Plus, I have a lot of MP. Now, if I switch my gear to the next one, I'll actually have more MP, so I actually might have a better shot of Serenity Power. Because basically you have to use a stop spell, and stop depends on MP. So let's see, Sora has 8. If I equip the Lady Luck, that's 10. So I have a better chance than I was doing in my PS3 game. Alright, so everyone, this is the end of today's stream. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching after the fact. If you're watching this on Twitch right now, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all my new followers and everyone in the chat. You really make this a fun time. Thanks, Max, for showing up, and thank you for joining in, Kat.
No problem.
Always have fun doing this, and we are planning to Saturday, provided I don't have anything up and I don't really have anything scheduled. Like, if I don't need to edit anything, and I probably don't since I have everything for this month fully edited, we're going to do Saturday, Sunday, Prince of Persia, Monday, Kingdom Hearts. And that's what I want to plan on doing. It may change, so please don't make that set in stone. It may change, but essentially I want to keep a steady streaming schedule. Again, thank you all for coming out. Thank you for watching on YouTube, and have a fantastic evening. I'm Zenith Warrior.
I'm Kat McBerry.
And have a good one.
CTFN, ta-ta for now.
Hey, this is Megami33. Thank you for watching Zenith Will Review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more awesome videos. If you like what you see, check out the Patreon page at patreon.com/ZenithWillReview.